I mean, the last time I talked, I heard about a whole Chelsea rebrand. But if you guys want to go back to your slutty ways, going through managers,
wow.
Let Vader speak on it.
He didn't pin out themselves now.
Speak your truth, Vader.
Did you know how many times I cried? You know how many times I cried, bro? Every time I see Nagelsmann coaching,
you can't call this team a golden generation. There's nothing.
I was asked what is a register. I swear he said someone.
No way.
I knew it.
Once is an anomaly, twice a coincidence, 3 times is a pattern, 4 times is juju. That's my saying. So I'm sorry. It's witchcraft is happening. I'm not sure. I think I may have witnessed one of the worst football matches I've seen this year. Probably the worst football match that I've seen this year. So we're going to have a discussion about Liverpool because I want to address people who attacked me when I released a video about saying that Klopp should be sacked. So I want to go for those people because I want us to revisit the whole Klopp out thing and why people were attacking me. Because I wanted to talk about just what's the bloody hell we got witness to with Liverpool. Then we're going to talk about Real Madrid. And we're going to talk about the La Liga winners, Barcelona, because I think it's done. I think it's done. And I think Paul will agree that it's done. It's finished. So we're going to readdress Real Madrid's dropping points. And if Barca say what's up to malaria on Sunday, I think it's pretty much done deal. We're going to look at Haaland scoring 27 goals in the so-called most amazing, hardest league in the world. And we'll address that. We'll address him now becoming City's scoring the most goals of any City player in a single season after only playing 24 games. We're going to touch upon my guy Osimhen, who for some reason couldn't do it against Ghana, but is somehow the best striker in the world, and just what he is doing right now, cementing himself as literally the most informed and best informed striker on the planet Earth. And yeah, man, and also we're going to look at Arsenal as well. We have to look at Arsenal winning, and just what does the EPL look like? What does this EPL race look like? And yes, we're going to preview Chelsea against Tottenham, which of course is a massive game. So after we do that Chelsea-Tottenham preview, we're also going to talk about United and Newcastle as well. So it's a full show, guys. It's a full show. So guys, remember, like the vid, subscribe if you're new, and if there's anything you want to add to the show, feel free to send in your super chats. Your super chats and your dubs is what keeps this channel growing and what keeps this channel giving you that best, most amazing content, superb crack, man. I want to go straight into this because I think that this is very serious. So I don't really want to get into too many pleasantries because I want this to be a very deep dive here. And there's one guy I want to go to. And I'm not sure that I want to go to this guy, but I have to. So I'm going to write. So guys, if you're regular viewers to this show, Michael, I call him Mikey. I call him Mikey. I call him Michael J. Fox. I call him Michael Mann. I call him the Mike Kid. He is a super hardcore Liverpool supporter. But if you look closely, there's no red there.
Ciao, sono di Napoli.
There's no red there. And he's called Purple Nipsuda. So I would like...
He does look Italian.
Yeah, so I would just like to understand this, Mike. I'm not going to address your possible move to Napoli because I feel that is wrong. Because I feel that you're a man of greater integrity than that's
shameless.
Than that's due to call the RDS. So, Mike, I'm going to believe that you're a Liverpool fan going through distress and possible multiple personality disorder. So I'm going to address the Liverpool fan. Mike, what the bloody hell did we just witness today against Palace?
I'm sorry. I'm a Naples fan. I'm just living in the moment of Victor Osimhen and Kvara. If you want me to discuss Merseyside Red Sox, I'm happy to do so. Do you want me to discuss about Merseyside Red Sox?
Yes.
Okay.
Merseyside Red Sox, let's go.
Klopp is on a sabotage thing right now.
Okay. All right.
Did you see that midfield? That midfield couldn't even compete in Estonia. Milner, Henderson, and Naby Keita, who's faking his age. Are you honestly kidding me? Then, you know what he does at halftime? Just to really, really rub salt into the wounds of all Liverpool fans, he brings on the Brexit midfield of Harvey Elliott. Just to complete the Brexit midfield. Yeah. That Liverpool team, Merseyside Red Sox, are garbage, as one Yasir Saeed says. They are absolute garbage. There is no other way about it. I mean, look at the midfield. Look, the attack could do nothing because the ball could not progress from the defense to the midfield to the attack because the midfield didn't know what they were doing. Matip is, I don't know what he's doing on the field. He's retired. Sell him if you're Liverpool because the guy is garbage. They were literally...
Big possible.
What Liverpool were trying to do is not try and score because Henderson blocked an amazing free kick from Trent.
Yeah.
And then,
that was going in.
And then they were trying to concede because they gave terrible back passes to Alisson. They constantly did that in the first half. What more do you want me to say? I've been saying this all season. This team is garbage. This team is done.
So is it a more players are letting down Klopp, or Klopp simply just has a wrong handle on this whole situation?
Klopp has no control of this team right now. They don't look like they want to play for him. There's no continuity. There's no patterns of play. There's nothing. Nobody's running around like a headless chicken. Nobody. I cannot see any sort of footballing identity with this team. They just stroll around there. You just see Jordan Henderson just strolling around there, getting the foul. Fabinho then comes on for 15 minutes and basically gets a red card. Fabinho got outpaced by Jordan Ayew.
Okay, you see, that's okay. See, I didn't.
He got outpaced by Jordan Ayew. Are you?
do you know that's Jordan Ayew is one of our best players at the academy. He's one of our best players at the academy. That is probably the best game I've seen from Jordan Ayew.
Huh?
That is probably one of the best games. Because I was about to say, wait, is this the same Jordan Ayew who I rank as one of the worst professional players out there?
This season.
Bro, no. But from what I've seen, what I saw from Jordan Ayew, that is okay. At the very least, one of the best games that I've seen of him. And do you know what it was? There was a moment when, like, I think it was Olise. It was him and Henderson, and they were having like a race and so forth. And you could just see that, bro, Henderson, this guy's gone. His legs are gone. Like, that was just a visual of like, this is a clear visual of these guys, they're gone. And you are literally just trying to suck blood from stone right now.
I stopped watching that game after 45 minutes and turned on Valencia and Real Sociedad. That's what I did. I didn't even watch that second half. So if somebody could tell me what happened in the second half, that's perfectly fine. Because I heard Fabinho got outpaced by Ayew. That's what I heard. And I could not believe it. So then I had to go on Twitter and actually see the video. And it actually happened. This team is so done and so garbage. If Klopp and... Look, I'm one who wants him out. But let's see what happens in the summer. If the board and the owners do not spend money and get in at least 6 to 7 players, which I cannot guarantee with this ownership because they don't spend any money, we are Conference League merchants for the next 5 years. Guarantee it.
Still getting Jude. Are you still getting Jude?
Abdallah, bro, just shut up. Bro. You're not. You have no UCLs. You have no heritage. So just
cool.
10 years ago, you were not even a City fan. So that's cool. You can join me in Naples. We're gonna win the Champions League this year, Abdallah.
Mike, you are still a Liverpool fan. I refuse to accept your loan. Your loan is not accepted.
That's why it says possible. It's going through paperwork right now at the moment. Let's see how the paperwork's go.
Liverpool v everybody, man. What's wrong with your team, bro?
Everything. I mean, to have a season like we had last season and then to play this way is
I don't even know what to say. You can blame FSG, you can blame Klopp or whatever, but these players, for me, take most of the blame. I mean, they can't even do things that they could do in their sleep, like kids can do. You know what I
Wait,
mean?
no, you said that it's about the players and so forth. If a player can't do it anymore, you can't do what you can't do. So it's up to the manager or the management team to assess that, okay, these guys are no longer as surplus to requirements, you move them on. So what's Fergie did with Stam, what's Fergie did with Keane, and what's Fergie did with all these guys. So my thing is that you see, you can't blame Henderson. Everybody that's he's a gunner and so forth. So you can only do what your body is capable of doing. So it's up to management to be like, all right, you're no longer good. So isn't it an issue of Klopp and the management and player acquisition?
Yeah, I mean that plays a role as well. I mean, it's really hard to pinpoint the issue. I think there's so many issues with this club right now that it's really hard to really say what is the main issue.
Paul, talk to me, man. Liverpool, man. What's the problem here, man? Because Paul, I've been saying that to Klopp that, like, because I put out a video saying that Klopp needs to go, he needs to be sacked, and then Liverpool fans accept that. Man, how could you sack him? He's done so much. That you're being so reactionary. This is just one bad season. He'll get it right next season. I'm like, okay, all right, okay.
I mean, can you hear me well, by the way?
Yeah.
Like sometimes it gives problems. Okay. Look, it's just that a manager can't. People get tired. Okay, players get tired. So it gets to a moment. It happens to the best managers in the world. Doesn't matter who you are. To the best players, there's a moment where the message doesn't get through. You're just tired of the same guys seeing the same faces. So either you change a manager, or you change the players. Now, obviously, I think the intelligent thing would be change all the players, right? Because Klopp is, let's be honest, Klopp is a world-class manager. He has proven that. Now, and the problem we're seeing is that the players are tired of him, but the players are tired of themselves, of football. You see that they have, most of them just don't do it anymore. They don't do it in Liverpool. They don't do it under Klopp, but they wouldn't do it under any team, under any manager.
But let me ask you this though, because obviously, we're gonna have to clown Real Madrid a little bit afterwards. But let's give you guys some praise. Now they're already playing badly before. Okay, fine. They had 2 games before they met you. Do you think that loss and the nature of that loss has given a much added negative effect for Liverpool and their psyche for this season? Or that match wasn't really, it was inconsequential. They were always going to get it. But do you think, that loss, or even compounded the psychological issues that Liverpool
The loss
have?
in Champions League, do you mean?
Yes.
In Anfield. I mean, I think it's just that, I think Liverpool kind of had like a little hope of, maybe we can do well in the Champions League. Maybe we can do some things. Maybe we can have that little excuse and understand that. But the moment you are crushed in your own field, and people then after were saying, Anfield wasn't really never. No, Anfield is a legendary. It's one of the most legendary fields in football.
Corner taken quickly.
So the fact that they were
taken
taken like that,
J,
it's incredible. And so obviously that's a hit. That just adds to the fact that I think that just psychologically they're destroyed, and that adds to the fact that they all get tired of everyone. So again, you either change the manager or you change the players. Obviously, changing the manager is much cheaper. It's a faster solution. But also, are you gonna? Can any manager get something with these players? It's a question.
And I think, for me, my thing is, if you don't have the investment to get better players and a whole host of players, you get a manager who only needs like 1 or 2 and can work and get results with these guys. Because my thing for Klopp is, obviously, as you said, like his ideas and these players, there's a disconnect. And you can clearly see that it's a disconnect here. Like you're now going into the second, because I think a cycle lasts like 5-6 years. I'm now entering into the second cycle for Liverpool. And I can see that, okay, now, this second cycle, boom, you need a total refresh. But the issue though, Paul, is that FSG is still around. They did accept the Qatari money. So if they don't have the money to get new players, what do you do?
But like the problem, HH, is you normally change manager because you have still some players that are useful, right? So meanwhile we get new people, we can ride with this guy. The thing is, you don't. Who is useful in this team? Who? Yeah. That's the question. No
Even
one
Salah
in
has been on the par, man. Yeah.
Salah declining. Darwin shows thing. Let's be honest. Darwin's good. Darwin's fine.
Yeah.
Gakpo has future. But bro,
Nah, Darwin isn't good, man.
no person,
Relax, man. Relax.
no one in midfield, no one in midfield is value right now. No one is saved. Elliot has some things. I will be honest that I like. But it
He's
takes
not.
time.
He. Elliot shouldn't be a starter for Liverpool.
No.
No.
But you can kind of ride him out for some time. In defense, you can have Konate, you can have some guys. Maybe you can still ride out with Alisson. He's still a very good keeper. But like in that midfield, you have to acquire 6, 7 new players. HH. Not even the substitutes are good. So even if you bring a new manager, with which midfield is he gonna play? It's gonna be the same shit. They don't have legs. They don't have passing. They don't have anything. They're finished. No manager can do this. No Zidane. No one.
What's it called? Abdallah, what are you saying, bro, about this Liverpool dudes, man? Like,
I've
what's
been
the
waiting
issue?
for this day. I have been waiting for the demise of Floppy Loppy Disc, Floppinho, whatever you want to call him. Honestly, there are many problems with Liverpool. The players, the coaching staff, FSG, everyone, even the fans are part of the problem. Like, he's been sitting so comfortable. The players, lack of competition. Virgil van Dijk has been doing nothing. Lack of competition. Trent can't defend. Lack of competition. Robertson, up and down. Salah, Ozolitis.
Oh, no. But okay. You say lack of competition.
Mane as well. Missing Mane.
But
as much as people saying he's been...
Hold up. You say lack of competition. But there's also an investment issue, which is the issue they have with FSG. So they don't have the luxury of City where you can buy two players for every position based on the money you can spend.
This is the thing.
So,
as some fans may not like it or not, Klopp has to have the balls and call out the owners and say, if you're not going to back me, I correct me if I'm wrong, was it Mourinho who said, if you don't back me, I'm going to walk? In some of his instances, if you don't back him, he might as well threaten to walk. He should have threatened to walk. So what? I've heard Liverpool fans over the years say, I'll lose respect for him. But if it guarantees you trophies,
well,
is that what matters?
No, but
is that what matters?
That's
about
what
football?
Steve.
The elite aim is to win.
No. But see, that's what Steve Nichols said, because like on ESPN, he said that if Klopp was to leave now, he would think less of him. And I'm like, no, that's stupid, because my thing is, you need to know what you can do with him, with what you have, and how football works. Specifically, if you're here for the long term, you need an investment. You need investment. So if the owners are not going to back me and give me players, I'm actually being better than that. Like, I'm sorry, if I keep on doing with what I have, I can't win. So let me at least give it to someone else who can maybe do, because I can't change my philosophy and my view. I am what I am. So based on my philosophy, I can't get the best out of this place. So if you're not going to give me investments, I've got to walk. And that's not being a coward. That's actually being a bigger man.
But
because you're going to build him down.
But he decided to spend money on Darwin Núñez. He decided to spend money on Gakpo.
Allow it, man.
No, but he could have easily gone on a midfielder, but he didn't. That's the problem I have.
I'm an ID. That's why you had.
No. He doesn't have that.
But Mike, Abdallah's point is, I mean,
you're right,
but hold on. Abdallah's point is that no, like, you don't have competition for every position. I'm like,
no, I agree. I agree with that. But he had the money in the summer to get a midfielder. He didn't. He decided to get Darwin. Which, okay, it's a decent signing. But then in the winter, he had 35 million, and I guess the board said, here's 35 million for you. Let's go get Gakpo. Why don't you get a midfielder? You can clearly see in the early parts of the... So, I mean, I would have gone Ugarte from Sporting. The guy who has actually legs. Nobody... You could see in the first half of this season, nobody in this midfield...
Amrabat was out there, bro.
Honestly, I would have not gone for Amrabat. I would have went for Ugarte all day, every day. But clearly, he wanted to get Gakpo, which, of course, it's fine. There was injuries in the left wing spot. I understand it. But we seriously need a midfielder. And they decided not to do it, which I completely not understand.
Possible Naples studio. Possible Naples studio.
That's just call it Mike. Just call it.
No. Possible Naples studio. Thank you.
Naples studio.
No, possible Naples studio. So if you didn't get Gakpo and Núñez, who would be your starting lineup right now?
We would be screwed. We would be screwed. I mean, it would have to be Jota left wing and Bobby in the 9.
But Jota is in the hospital, isn't he?
I mean, yeah. Well, he's back on. He started today, but yeah, he's not fully fit
Yeah,
at all.
so all
Yeah, you
this
can tell he's
while
not fit,
that Nunes has been missing one-on-ones, it would have been like Klopp's son or something on the left
Okay,
wing.
can I just ask a general question? Who thinks that Klopp should be sacked, or should he be given time?
Sack him. Sack him.
Definitely
Sack
sack.
him.
Definitely sack.
Sack him.
Sack.
If I was a Liverpool
I'm
fan,
not the
I
Liverpool.
would want him sacked. I would be Klopp out.
Hold on. Wait. Does anybody here feel Klopp should be given time?
I do.
Is that Dr. J?
Yeah.
Okay, Dr. J, explain why you think Jurgen Klopp should be given time.
The reason is when a team doesn't win nothing in 30 years.
Oh my God in heaven!
Yeah,
EPL tax,
like
EPL tax.
like-
really?
That's such
like-
a loser mentality.
Okay, wait,
thing
let
is
him land.
this.
Let him land.
Say whatever you will. Say whatever you will. Reality is reality, and I know Havhope's middle name is Reality, right? So it's Have Reality. Hope.
HRH, no,
Exactly.
HRH.
Are you sure it's right?
And the truth is, whether we like it or not, Klopp is at, let's say, below godship status in Liverpool. It
But
just
that's
is what
Dr.
it
J,
is.
you are literally speaking to the issue here.
That's
Is
what
that
we're saying.
all
That's what we're
because he
saying.
won this Premier League thing? He's
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
oh no, he deserves.
Listen. See, the point is this: there's certain things in life you just have to let play out. Like Klopp has to either resign or you wait till after this season. Because if you sack him now, there'll always be that disgruntled part of the fan base that's like, oh, we didn't treat him well. Oh, how do you know he couldn't rebuild? Oh, how do you know we shouldn't have given him time? But you need to let him crash and burn. That's the only way you get out of this until, because who are you getting now? Who are you getting? Who?
Bro,
Who?
anyone at this time,
No,
bro,
but
you know.
I agree. Like I thought sacking in the meaning of we wait for the season to end and then we part ways. Like you're out.
Oh, okay.
But
so
right now,
But
you
that's
don't think sack him now?
that's sacking him.
No.
At the end of the day,
Who do you bring?
Yeah, but at the end of the season, he's going to have been at 10th place for the full season. So it's not a situation of he could have give him no, but like he is clearly shown this is beyond his grasp. Like, yeah, there's no coming back. This is Mainz and Dortmund all over again.
For example, with Potter, I agree with.
Okay, wait, hold on. No, wait, Potter definitely sacked that Quidditch
Yeah,
loser.
I agree.
So guys, streets, I've put out a poll in the streets. So guys, vote and I'll see what the streets are saying. Whether it should be voted or not.
Can I just point out another point?
Yes.
I think the fans are as much a part to blame. Do you know why? They are the Liverpool fans set a precedent of when they weren't content of what their owners were doing, they would walk out the stadium. What happened to that? It's nearly over 10 years now, ever since they walked out of the stadium.
But he won the Premier League though, and I think
I know.
Basically, that Premier League is sort of the best thing.
This is what I've said. This is what I've said about every single fan base. If you do not like your manager or owner, squat, riot, burn down the stadium, burn down the training ground. If you don't like your owners or manager, simple. Whether you have the balls or not, stop complaining.
Abdallah, it's not as easy. Abdallah, it's not as easy that because you don't realize the people of Liverpool who live in Liverpool, what this club means, what Klopp means, and what's within that EPL title means. Ziman.
If you actually deep it, we could talk about whether Klopp is a good enough manager. How good is he? I've already put up questions for that. I think he's in the same caliber as Diego Simeone. But if we're talking about if we're talking about Liverpool as an entity, if we're talking about Liverpool as an entity, right? If you look at Liverpool as an entity, I don't think it's a thing of get rid of this manager, bring in this player. I mean, FSG is selling the idea that Liverpool don't have money. Like FSG is constantly selling you guys this idea that Liverpool, and some Liverpool fans actually are grateful for them.
Ziman, this is Liverpool, one of the biggest sports brands in the world.
And you're in the EPL when sides that are facing relegation are spending more than you.
Oh no. But Ziman, beyond that, no, Ziman, no. This is Liverpool, so I'm talking merchandise, I'm talking revenue, I'm talking global brand recognition of Liverpool. There is money there, based on what the brand is.
The biggest problem is like some Liverpool fans, some local fans, like you hear them in spaces, you hear them in Twitter, and it feels like they're grateful to FSG because I don't know, Gillette, the previous owner treated them essentially like trash, and they're almost grateful for the owner they have because they don't want because they're not willing to move away from that. So it's like it's a case of it doesn't matter who the manager who ends up coming into this position because they're going to be put in the same position where they're not going to get the players they want immediately, and they're not going to constantly keep getting investments to compete with the likes of a Man City or Man United with new money or even a rejuvenated Arsenal. So it kind of feels like at some point it doesn't matter who comes into Liverpool. They're still going to have the same problems. Everyone's just naming the symptoms, which is the squad, the manager, everyone involved aside from the main core problem, which is FSG. Like that's your main core. Some of your fan base don't want a Qatar because he's foreign, but it's just like it's a whole mess when it comes to that aspect of like who's the owner of Liverpool and where do they see themselves in. That's the biggest problem.
And I agree with Z, man. Look. When it comes to FSG, and they're not the biggest. Well, they are the biggest problem, but they don't choose to put Milner at right back today. What?
Yeah,
we're putting a 37-year-old at right back. For what reason? I know Trent wasn't having a great game, but come on, tactically, this guy is all over the place at the moment. He has no clue what he's doing. And then when it comes to FSG, I totally agree with Z-Man. They don't care about this club. They just use it as a cash cow. They care about their Pittsburgh Penguins. They care about their NASCAR team. Then it comes to Boston Red Sox. And then Liverpool are the fourth girlfriend in that list. That's what we are at the moment.
Yeah, but like at the same time, Z-Man is right. And his greater point is Klopp is a symptom. His wrong decision making and so forth, his choices, his lineup, his changes, his faulty tactics, his lack of a B plan is okay. Actually, there are two reasons for that. So it's a symptom of the greater problem, which is FSG. It's also a symptom of HH's jinx, which is even more potent. Like since HH coined trust in Klopp, tick. Like I saw that, I'm like, that's when Liverpool actually fell out of the top four and just never recovered.
Joe, don't bring me this.
I mean, Joe, you are correct. Remember when he said AC Milan's going to win the Scudetto and they fell off?
Joe brings up an excellent point.
I'm gonna.
It's
All right.
part of the problem.
So,
wait. You know why I'm also because since HH started Lala, that was the end.
Okay,
that's your
let
technique.
me come to Jibril, who's not spoiled. So Jibril, welcome to the show, bro. Klopp, Liverpool, where do you stand on this whole thing? What do Liverpool do? These guys are horrible. They got pimped 5-2. They were horrendous today. Should have lost. If Palace had better players, they would have lost. What did Liverpool do?
Yeah, what's good? First of all, thank you for having me here. I like the show. It's my favorite podcast and all. And I'm from Dortmund, so I'm a Real Madrid supporter, born Real Madrid supporter, and also BVB. So the thing is, I know Klopp more than anyone. I have been through this stuff with him, and his last season, 14-15, was really horrible. Like, I don't know, he was just all of the place. He didn't know what to do, and it kept getting worse, and we ended up 7th in the league. And my brother's a Liverpool supporter, so I know a lot about Liverpool. And the thing is with him, he doesn't know what he's doing right now. I don't know. He's like doing so many mistakes. Like, for example, Milner at right back. I don't understand this. Trent will be always the better choice. But if you're talking about sacking him now, I don't know who you're gonna bring. Like, who's gonna come for Klopp? Like, what are the opportunities you have or options you have as Liverpool right now to get someone else instead of Klopp? So this is the thing with him right now. Like, they are in a big problem.
But Jibril, though, since you know Dortmund so well, do you see history repeating itself? If Liverpool, if Liverpool don't get top 4, does he come out with a statement saying that I feel I'm not the right man for the role, someone else needs to step in, and he steps down at the end of the season if Liverpool don't make top 4?
No, you didn't see what he said today with the thing on Fabrizio. He said like he's gonna stay in the summer and do many changes, so he's not leaving, even if he's gonna end up 8th in the league. So he's not probably leaving. I see history repeating itself because he had a good season at 13-14. He ended up 2nd in the league, and then this season after he was 7th. So yeah, I don't think. Let's see what happens if they gonna. I don't see them buying 7-6 players, but they need a lot of players in the middle field, in the defense, like so much. I don't think attacking wise they don't need much. They have a lot. They have Diaz, they have Gakpo, they have Nunes, Salah, but the middle field needs like a whole rebuild. Like Fabinho is horrible, for example. Elliot, like Paul said, Elliot is he has some things I like about him, but I don't think he can be a starter for Liverpool. At least not now. He can maybe improve and become a starter, but he also needs to be out of the starting 11, in my
All
opinion.
right. So, okay, can I just ask a question? Who do you think wins in like a one-off game? Blue Dodgers, the Chelsea Blue Dodgers, or the Merseyside Red Sox? Who do you think wins between those two?
You mean West London Tory Blue Cowboys?
No,
Honestly,
Blue Dodgers, man.
How about
honestly,
them Cowboys?
if you look
West
at the
London Tory
players,
Blue Cowboys.
if you look at the players, Chelsea have way better players, way more quality. So I'm taking Chelsea.
Well, let's hope.
Depends-
Let's hope that
depends
quality
on the
runs
hour.
through. In
No, I'm talking.
Wow.
Listen, you have Joe Felix, you have Enzo, you have all these players. So I think you can do it. I think Chelsea can.
Okay, well, let's get more than 2 wins in 15 games. Okay, hold up. Elijah, talk to me, bro. What's happening, man?
Man, how y'all doing, man? How y'all doing?
How did we get here, bro? Elijah, how did we get here, man?
I don't know, man. I don't know. First off, I'd like to give a shout out to the professor. What a performance, bro! That was life changing.
What performance?
From the Madrid performance, very life changing.
Okay.
I thought about taking my papers to Glasgow and going to Celtic.
Huh?
Hey, they're winning trophies, bro. They're winning.
Oh, wow.
So they're in the cup final tomorrow against Rangers. So I gotta
man.
get something, man. I gotta get something out of this.
Man. This
I'm down bad, bro. I'm down bad.
Shout out RDS.
Bro, not Core is the originator of all this, bro.
Yeah, bro. It's
From
no,
Dortmund to
but
Bayern, bro.
are this popular? I know Core invented it. Are this popularized it?
From Dortmund to Bayern, I will never forget that transfer.
Zeman, mute your mic. Let Elijah speak, please. Zim.
All right, bro. But that was so boring. That was so bad. Like I literally, I said, you know what? Let me just see what happens. Like I'm okay with getting a point. We're in 7th, but knowing Brighton, they might slap up somebody tomorrow or whenever they play again and jump back into it, and then it's gonna make life hard. But
do you think you can make top 4 or that's out? Because it's mathematically. I mean, you're playing bad.
it's mathematically possible. Yes,
but it's very mathematical. And you know that Tottenham can't be trusted, and Newcastle are now in free fall. So
you can't trust Newcastle. I mean, now I can't trust Newcastle, bro. I'm kind of worried because I don't like. You see, this is the problem. We won the League Cup last year, right? One team I wouldn't want to win after us is Manchester United. If Manchester United win another trophy, bro, I'm going to have very serious problems with them. You know, so I need Newcastle to do me a favor tomorrow. Here's the issue, man. Like the issue is it starts from the top and then it filters its way down, right? So there is no money. I mean, there is money, but they choose not to spend it, right? All right. And then all of a sudden we go and we spend about 200 mil. I mean, close about, if I do the math in American dollars, about $200 million where you get Gakpo and Nunes. Solid players, absolutely solid. But the problem is the people around them are of no help. Mike can attest to this, you know. So we're basically running off of fumes. This team is gassed and we're just running off of fumes. The issue now is if, let's say, for example, I heard some people say, hey, sack Klopp and what, you know, this, that, and the third. Sack Klopp and do what next? That's the question. You sack Klopp, who else are we going to get? Nagelsmann? Zidane? No, none of those guys want to come to this club right now. You know what? You know what's also bothering me?
Would you take Tuchel? Would you take Tuchel?
Tuchel? I don't know. I don't think the traditional Liverpool fans would have that. You know, the issue is I saw a video last night of fans getting interviewed from the Madrid game, and they're just like, bro, like the club's gone downhill. Like the club's become a tourist club. You know, next year 23-24, Anfield's going to go to 62,000. It's going to expand to 62,000. Now, with 62,000 and that money that's going to come in, majority of the fans, the local fans, are going to be booted out because they're going to bump ticket prices. Right now, the average ticket price to go to Anfield is over 100 quid.
Oof. Ouch.
It's a tourist club, bro. It starts from the top. I understand that FSG is all about business and they want to make money. But, dog, like, if you don't have the product the product, which is the players on the field, to help support that and to make the club be successful like it was before, then it's just going to be a continuous free fall. We're going to continue to see slides.
Elijah, did you actually see somebody had an FSG out banner at Anfield and they told him to put it away?
That I don't know
Really?
about.
Yep.
That I don't know about, but I wouldn't be surprised.
Who's they?
No, that's messed up, bro. Like
Mafia,
you
man.
can't, you literally can't do that.
They are fascism.
You can't. Okay, wait. Let me hit some of this do best. So Cheyenne, from Michael talks football to Michelangelo talks calcio. Oh,
Grazie.
no, Mike, you can't. Mike,
Grazie.
But so Arteta was right. Anfield speak attacks. Jorginho. Look, peaks and troughs. Anfield was a fortress. This Liverpool team were a bloody amazing. Like, we can't just be like, oh, because they got beat 5-10 so for all they were trapped. No. Anfield was once a fortress. Liverpool were once a bloody amazing team that's were almost impossible to play at Anfield. But it is always everyone has a cycle. Everyone has a cycle. Like, bro, look at what guys are doing at Camp Nou now. Thanos, the Premier League needs Klopp. Let him figure it out. Well, this is from a City fan. It's from a City fan, man. Come on. A -3. Klopp rates pressing as the best form of chance creation, but we need midfielders with creativity and tech. Watch players, Matip plays like a lost gazelle. Do you know what's weird? The games in which Liverpool have been a bit conservative and so forth have actually looked a bit better. When Klopp just somehow just does something different, I'm like, they actually look good. But the issue is, okay, you know what? It's like Ten Hag. Ten Hag isn't playing his system with United, but he's just playing the system that is getting them the results and so forth. Because my thing is, are you seeing these? Because here's my thing: are these players less talented than the players at Brighton, at Newcastle, at Fulham?
No, but the difference is they've won everything, and this is yet another scenario where. Yeah, like Brighton haven't won anything, so they have no reason to
Yeah, but
relax.
Dr. J, Man City have won how many Premier Leagues in the last 5 years?
Yeah, so
and they're still going.
The difference is this: one, Pep is ruthless, but even beyond that, they've changed. Haaland hasn't won anything. Akanji hasn't won anything. The Rico Lewis or whatever his name is hasn't won anything. Cole Palmer hasn't sniffed nothing, and as a whole. The squad hasn't touched the UCL.
Okay, wait, hold on. Because I need to move to because I need it for that next topic. Liverpool getting pumped by many clubs and still above Chelsea, the GDP spending. Look, here's the thing. Chelsea win, lose, or draw. Chelsea are still 10th. So yes, it's peak at the bridge. Minnesota, Chelsea have spent more money than 50. Okay, all right. So,
By the way,
can I add one more thing?
That the most of the Bayern squad cost 137 million and Enzo cost 120 million.
That doesn't mean anything. You guys,
no. We have to move. So here's the thing. So all right, Paul, I'm going to ask you a very straight, simple question here, and I want a straight, direct answer. Oh, sorry. So the results of our poll. 40% people said that Klopp should be sacked. 35% said no. 25% said not sure. All right. So Paul, direct question here: Is the league done? La Liga is La Liga done now officially? Do you concede the league?
It's better for the team if we do, if we focus on the other two tournaments. So yeah, I mean, even if then Barcelona keeps failing 2 games to you have to understand Barcelona will need to right now lose. They would need to lose 2 games. No, they would need to lose 3 games for us to go ahead, and we win the rest. So and that doesn't happen. So I mean, maybe we could make a comeback, which I doubt. But even if we could, I think it's more intelligent to just let it go. We focus on the UCL and the Copa del Rey. We try to win a domestic and a European title, and that's it. I feel like we can really win the UCL if we focus. I think we have a lot of chances. And the Copa del Rey, I feel like it all depends on the game on this Clásico, which I don't trust because we have no Rodrigo. Benzema is absolutely. I don't know why he keeps playing 90 minutes.
Okay, Paul. Wouldn't you find it problematic with the amounts of abuse we've given Xavi, them not having
I haven't
Messi?
given any abuse to Xavi.
No, okay, not to you. I'm just saying, like, in general, people's views on Xavi. He's an inexperienced. This team not having a superstar player like a Dino, Neymar, or a Messi, and Real Madrid being the defending league champions, defending UCL champions. Is this problematic? You allowing Barca to win this league ahead of you when you look at what Barca has and what Real Madrid has?
No, it's not problematic because first of all, our players aren't as hungry as theirs. We have already won it. Our players are focused on the UCL because we've won the league, we won the champions. Obviously, their players are hungry. No, you have to understand the following: their players are hungry for it. They need this. They need the league. If they don't win the league, it's over. Like they won't get basically any major title in 2 years. That is crazy, and you have to understand that. Also, the fact that not only 2 years, I think did they win the previous, like the
last time they won the league was 2019. I
Yeah, 2019.
There
After
is 4 years, basically.
Yeah.
4 years without any major title.
Yeah.
You have to understand that they need this, and you don't need a superstar. You don't need a Messi or Cristiano to win the league, especially in the state that it is right now. The thing is, it's just that I don't feel like. Obviously, look. How do I put this? For Madrid, either you win the UCL, or it's a failure of a season. Done. It's that simple. There's no mid here, because you could if we failed at UCL but we won the league, then it's good. It's good. Okay, but if we lost the league, we don't win. We have been eliminated from Supercopa by Barcelona. We lose Copa del Rey against because we get eliminated by Barcelona. Imagine that happens. Very well happen. And we get knocked out in the UCL with a UCL that we have a lot of chances.
Yes.
That is an absolute failure.
This is why it scares me because of what has happened in the league. So if Barca beats Almeria on Sunday, that now expands the leader at the top.
It's a guaranteed win for them.
Table.
It's a guaranteed win for Barca.
Guaranteed win. But like, let's just say if they do win, what they should, if they do win, then bro, we might as well just call it. But that is problematic for everyone else in the UCL because now you're facing a super laser focused Real Madrid who pretty much need to win at the UCL to salvage this season. Because I don't think a Copa del Rey is good enough.
Ancelotti needs to. That's the thing. And the players don't give a fuck. Ancelotti needs it, and the players have already won it. That's the tragic question here. The players have already won 5, 4, 1. Ancelotti needs it. If he doesn't win the UCL,
can I say something?
Wait, hold on. Okay, I'll come to Ziman. So let me come to Ziman. So Ziman, from a Barca perspective here, do you agree with Paul that, okay, Real Madrid don't defend their title, Xavi winning with this Barca team that isn't as talented as this Real Madrid team, it's cool as long as Real Madrid win the UCL. Do you accept that?
From looking at Xavi and critiquing him this season, or are you talking overall for Barca?
From both sides, as in, do you think it's acceptable for a Real Madrid fan to allow this Barca Xavi team to win the league ahead of them if they win the UCL?
I think their focus might turn to UCL, but at the same time, that might be the route that Real Madrid is going to go with. I don't see, like I said, I don't see that much great challengers in the UCL. So Real Madrid would definitely be one of the favorites, and I do think they have a compelling argument in terms of experience and players that they do have in terms of winning it again. But when I look at from the Barcelona angle, like Xavi, like I know some people might say, well, he won you the league title. That's a good season. That's not what was Xavi's message towards the beginning of the season. And it's about, for me, listen, I could care less about getting knocked out in the Europa League. It was more so getting knocked out in the Champions League. And then it became a thing of you don't show that tactical prowess when it comes to big games. You have a good starting lineup, but when things get shaky, you're missing that player, you're missing this player, you always resort to making errors and mistakes and not changing things when there's problems occurring. Example being like Alonso's a signing. I'm sorry, every time Alonso starts in the European stage, that's his fault because he wanted that guy. And he doesn't even start him as a fullback. He started him as a center back. Like, I'm sorry, there's no excuse for that. Like, you have to have a certain standards for your manager. And I was the same. I was as critical with Koeman, so I'm just gonna keep that same energy. So for him winning the league, it's good on him, but overall, I would say it's still a disappointing season. I don't think there's another way of looking at it. You could say this team doesn't have superstars, but I'm sorry, how much teams have superstars? This is the modern era. The majority of teams operate on systems. Like, I'm sorry, I can't give them that type of excuse.
I'm so glad you brought this up. I want to come to the guys and their views on this. This was my point about Xavi. 100%, a manager is a manager is a manager. We know he's a rookie. We know he's not a great tactician and he's literally just starting out. But my point was, since I've been watching football, Barcelona have always had at least one game-changing superstar in their team. Xavi is the first best manager I've seen that doesn't have that Neymar, Rivaldo, Ronaldinho, and so forth. Now, that doesn't mean that you shouldn't do better with what you have, but judging him against previous best managers is unfair because Xavi did not have the same luxuries that those previous managers had, which is you had a game changer who could win a game by themselves. Barca does have that now. All they have is just a really good team, some really good players. They don't have one game changer in their team to the extent of a Neymar, Romario, Ronaldinho, Messi, Neymar, and so forth.
But you say that, right?
Mm-hmm.
What I judge a manager is how well he can utilize his resources. How much does he make players that I might not rate the majority? I might not rate the majority of the Barcelona, fanship. They don't rate certain players. Like, I don't rate Ferran Torres, but I don't rate Dembele. What are you doing to get the best out of him? The only attacker he's gotten the best out of him is Dembele, and that's mainly because he's limited his impact on the game by limiting what he can do. I don't see any improvements upon any of the players.
But see,
there's very few players that actually improve.
This is the key comments here. Hiring Xavi for this Barcelona team was wrong. You see, what you need to give Xavi is a team that at least has a Neymar or Ronaldinho. This team needs an experienced manager. A manager with experience who can... I'm going to get Ansu Fati to rediscover himself. I'm going to truly get the best out of Torres. I'm going to get the best out of Dembele. You can't rely on a guy who got...
Wait, Simon. We're talking about a projection of points. People don't realize this. We're talking about a projection of points where Barcelona are in the top 4 historic of all-time La Liga. The projection of points this team is making. Let's not even talk about goals conceded. The amount of points these guys are projecting.
Paul, what happened in the UCL and the Europa League?
Wait. I don't give a fuck about UCL and Europa League, bro. Those are knockouts. Those
Bro,
can't happen
keep quiet with your 7
UCLs
in 10 years, man.
The hardest group, Inter de Milan, Bayern. Chelsea would have failed. Madrid would have it very hard. Any team there could have gone down. That was the group of death. Now, but bro, we're doing like, I get Seaman, but like as one people was saying here in the chat, Dio, I think he's making a great point that Madrid. So you can understand this. Madrid is only doing a projection of points of one less than the last season. One less. That just shows you how crazy it is for this Barcelona team to be at that level. If you see how many they've won, how many games have they won? 19. They've won of 22 games, 19. If they've lost once, that is absolutely crazy. I don't care how bad you can argue that La Liga is now.
Okay. Thank you. You stole my support. Let me play devil's advocate. Is it Xavi's really a damn good coach, or La Liga's quality has fallen a lot?
But then why Madrid are doing that bad if La Liga has quality has gone so bad? But then they're in the UCL.
Because, Paul, do we want to talk about Carlo Ancelotti? No, Paul, do we want to have a Carlo Ancelotti in League discussion?
We can't. You know,
okay, wait, hold on. Let me come to Mike. So, Mike, where are you in this whole Barca Real Madrid escapade and so forth? Like, should we be a lot more critical of Ancelotti still never defending his league title, Real Madrid losing this title to the inexperienced Xavi, and the kind of team they have in comparison to what Real have, or should we give Xavi a lot more credit?
No, 100% you give Xavi credit. Look at that record they have. 22 games, 19 wins, 2 draws. 7 goals conceded, 45 goals scored. That's insane. That's absolute. Look, most of the games it's been 1-0, 2-0 from Barca. You got to give them a lot of credit. I think Real, and Paul makes a good point. I just don't think they're hungry for the league anymore. I genuinely do believe it. From Carlo, even the game today against Atletico, they were struggling big time. Until they got the red card, which I know Paul doesn't agree. He thinks it's a red card. That was absolute sabotage. How Correa got a red card for that is beyond me, but that was discussed in the WhatsApp chat, so there you go.
Money.
And so shout out to the 18-year-old Alvaro Rodriguez, man. He's a great striker, Paul. You guys got a great striker in hands. He is. Because he was great at the under-20s South American, but I think for Real,
he's a striker. I thought he was a midfielder.
No, he's a striker. He's 6'4", bro. He's very good.
Nah, they've got some good talent with Endrick coming in as well.
Yeah,
His striking position is covered for the years to come.
So when it comes to the league, I think it's slowly getting down to it's done almost. Generally, I just don't unless Real can beat. When is the El Clasico? Is it early April? I think it is.
March
9th. Yeah,
March. Okay, so if Real can win that game, because obviously that's going to be at the Camp Nou. Spotify Camp Nou.
Yeah, Spotify.
What, Paul?
Spotify.
Was Paul going to say something? Oh,
We are not winning. We're not winning this.
You're not winning that? Yeah, I just don't. I don't think Real are going to win this game. To be honest. I'm sorry. The league.
Okay. So Mark, so maybe our consensus is Xavi is still not at the level to compete in Europe with those elite managers.
He's got to get experience in that.
Yeah, but we have to give him credit for what he's done in the league.
Oh, 100%. 100%. Look,
hold on. Mike.
He's only had 2 seasons of experience in the European competitions, right? And he came midway into the Champions League last season. Obviously, this season, okay, the Inter game, he had Oro defending, AK, PK, and Eric Garcia in the center backs against Inter at home. Look, you can't do anything with that defense. Look at the goal that PK conceded. What was it, the second goal by Inter? There's nothing Xavi can do. But now that he has his players, he's got Rojo, he's got Koundé, he's got Christensen. You see, they're building a good defensive foundation. It's just they got to get some attackers for the future if they want to compete in Europe. I think for the league, though, they're doing perfectly fine. Look, they just keep a good defensive line, and then could just keep possession of the ball, get that 1 or 2 goals, because they don't have a lot of goal scorers. Pedri, Lewandowski, those are the only goal scorers I see in this team. Generally, I don't see Rafinha as a goal scorer. Ansu Fati, I heard he's injured again.
Yes,
it's only for 5-7 days. It's not that long.
Well, at least that's not too bad. But I think Xavi's done a very good job when it comes to the league.
But Mike, you just mentioned that they hardly have any goal scorers. How have Real Madrid only scored 2 more goals than them?
No, in La Liga they've been awful. Like Real Madrid.
Because we have Lewandowski.
Yeah, Benzema's been
Lewandowski was amazing in the first half of the season, but since the World Cup, he's been not great at all. He hasn't been good at all.
Okay, actually, no. Let me, because Joe. So actually, no. Before I come to Joe, let me just quickly hit some doors. I'll come to Joe then to you, Abdallah. So, shout out to EA Sports Pro Clubs Union. Zeman, aka Bombman, son of we're coming back. We're coming back very soon. We're coming back soon. RDS changing clubs be like,
the Rashford thing,
yeah. What's it called? Joe, talk to me, and then come to Abdallah. Joe.
By the way, Abdallah, what you want to say, is it fast? Because I'm about to set up an essay, man. I'm about to dive in.
Okay, I'll be quick.
Okay, be very quick. Oh,
here we go, man.
I think that Xavi's going to be like his father, like son, a domestic merchant. I don't think he'll ever succeed in Europe, because if you're not doing so well in Europa, how are you going to succeed in Champions League?
No. Did you know what I say? Let's give Xavi a superstar, and let's see what he does in Europe. Because this is no. Because this is what I've always said. Every Barca manager, you've either had a Messi, Edinho, Rivaldo, who close game, they win it by themselves. Like Pep was even said about how Messi is the guy who he can just decide himself that I'm going to win the game myself, and that goes beyond any tactics. Xavi's tactics are paramount for Barca winning. Sometimes your tactics are there, Messi just screw it.
He needs to rebuild the core. Correct me if I'm wrong. He needs to rebuild the core. Oh no, 100%.
Okay, Joe, talk to me, Joe.
You see, that logic is nonsense. Absolute rubbish.
Joe, will the essay be less than 3 hours, please?
No, it won't. Okay. What you just said is gutter trash, man.
Oh, thanks, man.
How can you need Messi to win against Frankfurt? The problem I have is the fact that what Abdullah said is my greatest fear. Xavi wasn't brought in to win the La Liga. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know about you lot. Barca have enough La Ligas in my lifetime. Like Barca went 6 out of 8 years in a league with Real Madrid and Atletico. I don't want to win the La Liga till I die. I'm cool. I don't know about you, but I'm cool. In my lifetime, in the greatest decade in Barcelona's history.
Don't forget counts 09. Don't forget counts 09.
Relax, man. You could skip wherever. We had the greatest 11. We played the most beautiful football. We had a manager that's shooing for the greatest of all time. We had the greatest of all time player. We had the greatest midfielder of his generation. Like, wherever you want to say, we did it. The treble, so forth. In that same stretch of about 10 years, Real Madrid won the Champions League how many times? I'm sorry, the grass is always greener on the other side. I don't care. Say what you want to say. Like, I read
wait, hold on. No, okay. Now, hold on. This is a good discussion because my thing though is that, sorry, Joe, I'll let you finish, but in that 10 years, Real only won the league twice. In like a span of 10 years. During that, it's him who won the UCL.
That's his whole point. Like, he's tired of leagues.
Oh, so he's okay. UCL match.
My point is this: I've won enough league titles. I read a stat like yesterday or so. In the last 8 years, Real have won the Champions League more times than Man City have won the Prem.
Oh shit!
Yep, that's facts. That is facts.
Do you know the that's
Say that again.
In the last 8 years, Real have won the Prem more than you lot have won. I've won the CL more than you've won the Prem, man. That's
messed up. I get it.
No,
we haven't won the UCL.
And also Joe, can you now see why they can't win the UCL this year?
I'm the last person.
They can't gentrify my competition.
We said that last, and as if I hear that from your rotten mouth.
Okay. Real Madrid will win the UCL. Joseph and his Technicolor green coat.
I hate you.
Real Madrid, well done. UCL winners.
Can I speak on this?
Let Joe land. I'll come to you, Joe. Land.
No, you can't. So Abdullah hits the nail on the head. My biggest fear is Pep is a league merchant. He can't do it in the CL, man. It is what it is. Xavi is a Pep student, man. And even Luis Enrique, if not for MSN, that first season of brilliance, would he have won the CL? Who knows? He hasn't particularly been good in knockout football with Spain either. They're brilliant. They'll play technical football. Young players will thrive. They'll play like Barcelona, but they'll get knocked out by a Frankfurt. They'll get piped at home, man. And the problem I have is we can't keep doing this. We had Roma, it's not happening yet. We had Liverpool, it's not happening yet. We had the next, 8-2, Frankfurt, it's just the Europa League. Next time the UCL, we get piped by Inter, the defense is not there. Man, you run, you rag. At what point do we start taking ownership for our losses, man? I don't count this league title. That's my long-winded way of saying I don't count this league title. First of all, Atletico are bums. Second, we're playing farmers. It is what it is. Almeria isn't going to give you a run for your money. Elche isn't going to rock the boat.
Come on, don't do that to Elche. Don't do that to Elche.
And finally, when you say they don't have a star player to change the game, they don't in big games because Lewandowski is a bomb. But
relax.
No. I'm fed up. In the league, that guy is the best player you can have on your team.
Oh, yes.
Lewandowski is going to put up numbers in many games against low quality teams. And that is one of the reasons why Xavi is top of the table. Barcelona are league merchants, they'll be top of the table. Once they go away under the lights with the away fans chanting cold and wind and frost, then they crumble in Europe as usual. And I'm here for every second of it.
Man, that was a very, very
Can
long
I say
time.
something?
Mike, don't applaud. Don't applaud.
No, that was a great essay. I thought it was a great essay. At least it was under 3 hours.
No, Joe.
What the heck? Was this somebody in the wind?
Wait, Quab, can you please fix your mic? Joe, all you could have said is I'm a UCL merchant. Okay, wait. Let me come to AK, then I'll come to Samasi. AK, talk to me. And Quab, fix your mic.
Wait, somebody's
AK.
got some weird background noise.
What is that noise?
Okay, all right. I think I know.
They're in
Okay.
the aquarium. In an aquarium.
Go for it. AK,
Okay.
go for it.
On Barca and Xavi, yeah, he does deserve credit for winning the league, but then how competitive is this league really? You're playing You're playing about how many teams are there in the Liga, Paul?
Yeah, 20 now.
20. So you're
Shout out
playing.
to respect to Elche.
You're playing 17 part-time fishermen. You're
Don't
playing.
do that. AK, don't do that.
Okay, fine. You're playing 17 okay teams. You're playing one team in Atletico which plays haram football and has the bottler gene, and you're playing one team which shows up in the UCL, but over the past decade hasn't won many league titles. So yeah, you should give credit to Xavi, but the UCL really has to earn his money because Barca haven't been successful in the UCL for about 8 years now. Barca, they need to, Xavi needs to, like, it's okay, you don't have experience in Europe, but what happened against Man United? Everybody was expecting Barca against Man United to, make a statement. The best defense in Europe. Man United ripped through them in the Camp Nou, and then at Old Trafford, they were the better team again. So, there's certainly, something mentally that Barca, even under Xavi, is going through in Europe that they don't have in the league. It's just a mentality. Also, on Madrid, I think Madrid this season, I don't feel like they're as creative from the midfield as they were previously. I don't know, but I feel like the midfield is more legs heavy.
Or are they just a UCL team? Or are they just fully focused on the UCL?
Even last year, I felt they were a bit more creative because Vinicius was more creative, Benzema was more creative, and Modric and Kroos still had their legs, more legs on them. Now their legs are going down, and I don't think both of them are the same player. So the new midfielders are all Valverde's legs, Camavinga's physicality, Tchouaméni's more of a defensive.
Camavinga's physicality, AK, relax.
No, he has a lot of technique, but I don't see him as
this guy has the biggest talent for quality and
I don't see him as a creative player, like a pure creator. I don't see him as a
Ceballos, the biggest creative, perhaps.
Well, Real Madrid don't need creativity to win, though.
Don't you need to be creative to put 5 goals at Anfield?
No. Real Madrid play gid. They don't play possession. They don't play defense. They don't. They play gid. It just gets
Can I say
the way I'm
something?
looking at it is Madrid are good against teams that go toe to toe with them. Most teams in the Champions League go toe to toe with you, and Madrid's midfield, which is physical, young, energetic, they will overwhelm teams like that. But Madrid don't have a creator who, when you're facing a really low block and a really deep team, has that pass, has that unlock pass that you can unlock a defense with, except for Modric and Kroos. But now they're getting old. Madrid should get either Florian Wirtz or Cherokee from Lyon this summer. Those are instead of Jude Bellingham, because Jude Bellingham's also legs.
Good options, AK. I like how you think. I like Cherokee. Bellingham, I don't think he's going to go to Liverpool because I don't think they're going to waste that not invest so much
Bellingham's
money.
also legs.
I think he'll go to City. I don't see Real Madrid. And I agree with Wirtz, and Real Madrid is very interested in him. Very interested in him.
No. I will cry. I will cry.
He ain't going to.
No. I had it.
1 or 2 years ago, it started.
No, I had enough. I had enough. No, I can't do this anymore.
Can I just say
I'm
this
gonna
though?
get meltdown. Can I say something?
Someone has to go for it. Go for it.
I had enough of Real Madrid. I've been traumatized by this team for years. They cheated us in 2017. I will never forget it. The girls were offside.
Vidal,
Ronaldo
man.
can suck it.
Vidal.
You should have won. That was not a red card. They get the and can our team win every fucking year? They win the UCL. It's can we get another winner? Is it so hard to beat them?
What about your boy Pep? That's a massive. What about your boy Pep? You want a new winner?
He failed.
No one wants Pep winning the UCL.
Don't worry, he's not winning it. He's never winning another UCL in his career. Don't worry, Pep is never winning a UCL. I'm confident.
Can I just add on?
Okay, Ziman, before you go, let me just quickly hit this real quick. So from 14 UCLs, who says Barca are trying to recover from a. Look, I think haven't they all recovered from it already?
Man. It's not.
Man.
It's
think
no.
really.
No. I don't.
Wait. Hold on. Casey, Real are the best counter-attacking team.
True.
Very useful in the UCL.
Nah, it's not counter, man.
I dare them
It's
to win
not
the UCL,
counter.
bro. I
It
dare them.
kinda is.
Can I speak on Barca?
But
Okay, wait. Ziman, and I'll come to Barca. Ziman, talk to me.
you know why these the majority of the squad? Yes, I do blame Xavi to a certain extent, and I do hold him to that standard for the same way I hold Koeman, who is also a club legend. It's not about what you are as a player; it's about what you are as a manager. Like people need to be able to distinguish those two things. And at the same time, I look at the squad, and I look at the players in particular, right? The particular players. I'm looking at either old players that want to leave, in the sense of Sergio Busquets, who wants to leave, but Barcelona is trying to peer pressure him to re-sign. And then I look at
And that tells you everything you need to
bro.
know.
They literally are pressuring him to re-sign when the dude wants to go to the MLS. He's tired of waiting for them to give him a new contract. Like he literally wants to leave. Sergio Busquets, like he literally wants to leave. And then you also look at, well, you look at the squad you have, and you also look at Sergio Roberto still being there. How is he still in the squad? He's been around since 2012.
How does a man have a career because of one goal?
Why is this guy still around?
He has a career because of one goal.
Bro, I don't understand. He's a virus. You can't get rid of him. You just have him. Yeah, at this point, he's an STD, bro. You just have to live with him.
Okay.
Bro, no. And then you have. Let me just finish.
I know, but that's a yellow. You cannot, but that is a yellow. That is a yellow.
Yeah. But my thing is, you look at these players, and then I look at the squad. Well, you have old players that want to leave, or old players that should leave, players that aren't good enough, and then you look at the age range, right? Why are our top performers always being youngsters? Like it's to the point where I look at players like De Jong. I know De Jong had a good game, but he's never that consistent. He can't play single pivot. You have people trying to sell you the idea of it. He can't play a double pivot. Then you have people making excuses for Dembele, who's also in that age group. Rafinha, who's not doing anything.
Ziman, are you with or against Xavi? Are you for Xavi or against Xavi? Dr. J obviously wants Xavi sacked. He obviously wants his legend sacked. Are you for or against Xavi?
Bro, his European record is trash, man. Yeah,
Ziman, ask a simple question: are you for or against Xavi? Yes or no? Do you want Xavi? Is Xavi the right man for Barca? Yes or no?
No, he's not. I don't think he is.
All right.
I'm just gonna keep it real,
okay. Kwab, last thing on the we'll move. Kwab, talk to me. Barca.
Yeah, bro. Thank you for having me. First of all, I just want to say, till now I still love when I remember when people were comparing Trent to people like Trent is gonna be the next Daniel Alves, but I digress. Yeah, I remember when people were saying Trent is gonna be the next Daniel Alves, blah 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 blah. I digress. It would be a crime if Xavi bottles this league, because right now there's no excuse for.
Wait, sorry, Mike. Are you eating is that an ice cream? Oh wow! In Finland? Oh my god! Okay, that's a different level.
I got it from the balcony. That's how cold it is.
The thing is,
oh my god!
It's hard for people to appreciate what you're doing in Europe if you are so good in your league, but when it comes to Europe, you are this trash. We've considered just 7 goals in La Liga, but in Europe we've considered about 22 goals. So
Oh my
if
God.
someone is behind watching, it's like, how come a team is this good in La Liga, but when they come to Europe, they are this terrible? Look at Napoli. Napoli are killing it in the Serie A. In Europe, they are doing bits. Bayern Munich, they are doing well in the Bundesliga. When they come to Europe, they are doing well. Same with Dortmund. You know, all the teams that are doing well in their local leagues, they are doing well in Europe. But when it comes to Barca, you've considered just 7 goals in your league. But when you come to Europe, 22 goals. So it makes it hard for people to accept what, you know, or it makes it hard for people to appreciate what Xavi is doing. Even though for me, I think he's doing an amazing job. But it is, you know, he said
Are
something.
you
I want
for
to
or
agree
against
with.
Xavi? Are you for or against Xavi?
I'll answer. You said something about we needing a superstar. I don't think it's about superstars because, you know, for me it's about having a plan A, B, C, D, E. Xavi has a plan A and no plan B, no plan C, no plan D. And yesterday, as I mentioned yesterday, his in-game management is so poor. It's so poor. So it's not about having a Messi or having a Neymar. Or something. If you have a coach that can make both, we have Pablo Toure, one of the players that I believe can be as good as Pedri. But you're not using him. You prefer to use a player like
that's a
Roberto.
crazy statement, bro. That's a crazy statement, bro.
He can be as good as
This guy just
Pedri
said
if he's
Pablo
given the
Torre.
chance.
Okay, Kwab, are you
Wow,
for or
wow.
is Xavi the right man for the club? Yes or no?
I would say if we go into Europe next season and we go into Europa League again, he
God
needs to be
forbid.
first of all arrested.
Nah, you'll
He
never
needs to
see
be
me
first
if
of
we
all
go to
arrested.
Europe.
Yeah.
If we go to Europa again, I'm leaving,
If we
bro.
go to
You'll
Europa
never see
again,
me again, bro.
we need to delete his name for the Barcelona history. If he goes into Europa
Kwab,
again,
okay, see, Kwab, now we're gonna stop. Okay, Kwab, now you see, I'm gonna think, but Kwab, now we're
If
gonna
this
stop.
happens,
so for now I'm in.
Kwab, now we're gonna what we're not gonna
For
do
now,
is
I want
erase the
I
guy's
want
playing
him back.
you
history
need to
for being a poor
give me a
manager.
3-hour moment, bro. Ain't
Yes,
no
I'm
way, bro.
serious.
I can't
If he
wait.
does this again,
So,
he needs to be out for our history.
So, guys, if Barca win the league this year, Ancelotti would have continued the streak of never defending his league title. Does this
That
matter?
is why.
I
That is
remember,
why.
I remember you people put him up as the top 2 managers of all
Yeah.
time.
Can I say
Shameless, man.
something?
For UCL,
Shameless.
for UCL.
Shameless.
Guys,
UCLs, man.
okay, so you guys clown,
cool, but he
you
doesn't
guys
have
clown
balance,
certain
bro.
managers about the UCL, but when they're domestic merchants, like what is it? It's one
No,
or the
man.
other.
Yeah, like
What?
yeah, that's
No.
what his agenda, his agendas, man, his agendas.
No,
That's
Can I
it's a
say
balancing
something?
act.
It's not an
It's about a
insult. Either
balancing
or.
act.
Wait. Hold on. Let's move because we need to move. We need to move. So, guys, I'm going to put up something very weird. I want you to tell me your first thoughts when you see this image. Anybody can jump in. Anyone can jump in. I want to hear people's first thoughts when you see this image.
The land.
Oh my god. You know what I think?
Shout out the Nordic
Bundesliga.
countries.
I'm gonna keep it real. I think Bundesliga immediately.
I think pointless.
See, Mitrovic with 11 goals is impressive. That's what I think.
Thanks, Kenny. Thanks, Kenny.
It's the image. This
Wait,
guy.
hold on. Paul, say Paul.
Premier League has never had this kind of animal. This is an animal Cristiano level, Messi level. This is I'm legit serious.
Okay,
no.
Goal scoring.
I'm not saying he's as good.
Goal
I'm
scoring.
not saying
Goal scoring.
H is red. H is red.
Relax.
No.
I'm not saying.
Wait, Paul. Is this more so that let's respect a goal scoring freak who fails the eye test,
It's a
or
record-breaking
the
machine.
EPL isn't as good as we think he is?
No. Okay, no. Look, you've made such a big question with just the EPL. It's just look. Haaland
No, Paul. It could just be like Haaland is an amazing goal scorer.
No, Haaland is a goal scorer that will go to the ages. We have to accept this. Doing this is absolutely crazy. It's mental. Makes no freaking sense. Okay. Now, having said that, I also think Premier League has never had an animal like Messi and Cristiano in their prime days, or not an animal because Haaland is not that level. I'm not saying that, but the output of those animals. That's what I mean. Now, a team like City, which is supposed or normally create many chances, right? Though this season they are lackluster. It's normal that this guy was going to do this, but I'm gonna say even more HH. people say no, he has needed no adaptation cycle. This guy, whatever. No, 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 no. I think he's so good. Okay, guys, I'm looking you at the camera. He's so good that his adaptation period, he scores 40 goals. He's that
This
good.
is the adaptation. This is the adaptation.
No. This is the period of adaptation. He hasn't gone 100% HH. We are seeing this. He has a lot of mistakes still. City still hasn't
That
got
is scary.
Imagine if he grows to that, and
No. But Paul, what if? But here's the thing: what if Pep gets him for the summer, retrains him, he becomes a better player but scores less goals, but he actually works
like
better
that.
with the
Not
team?
happening.
I wouldn't like that. I think Haaland would leave before changing his whole. It's his career, bro. He's not gonna throw what he's made it great just because Pep wants. He's gonna leave. Real Madrid wants him. Bayern wants him. All the teams want him. Like
This is where I slightly disagree, Paul. You've already got this guy who scored. I can't remember his name. Sorry.
Not the same level. I
know. Second of all,
Alvaro. You're comparing this called Alvaro? What the heck? 227 Gs?
Second of all, correct me if I'm wrong. Endrick asked you guys, you promised me Haaland's not coming, otherwise I'm not coming. So you would be screwing over him. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, people get screwed over all the time.
Yeah, this is Real Madrid. This is not a small club, man.
This is business, man.
Yeah, this is business, boy.
Yeah, Abdallah, they can get who the hell they can. They make no promises, bro.
This is what the media said. Wait.
Oh, please, you promised me I'll play, please.
Yeah, look at the promise. Look at the promise Tottenham Victor Kane, man.
Wait, this is what the media says. Okay, that is what the media said. I don't know if it is true. There is not. It hasn't been a public statement. I see it's very hard. I see it very improbable. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think Madrid is kind of clubs to do those things, but it could be. And if the thing is, look, if Abdallah, if Endrick comes in 2 years and he doesn't perform, he's gonna get out.
Of course, you're gonna go in for Haaland. Yeah, I don't blame you.
You're gonna go with the machine. If Haaland keeps scoring 30, 40 goals in whatever league, I don't care, and Endrick, struggles, which is normal, but he keeps struggle, and Haaland is available. Bro, I can assure you, he's the perfect striker.
Sorry, this is a bit off topic, but still on topic. You see, this is why I despise, but I've got a respect to Real Madrid and so forth. Because do you know one word that doesn't exist at Real Madrid? Is patience. Patience doesn't exist at that club. So this whole thing of time, patience is screw your damn process, you stupid Quidditch loser, man. No one cares about the process. No one cares about time. Either you perform or you get sacked.
No. But they are
time. Let's have a process. It's going to take a few more years. We're trying to build something. Oh, shut up. Shut up. Process. Give me some time. There's a little bit of process.
Just one. Can I just go back on the point with Haaland? This is not even. You know how we have when we sign players and it's the first season tax happened with Grealish and he's balling right now. This is Haaland's best. This is Haaland's first season. Imagine him next season, and he improves even more. He's going to be unstoppable.
Here's the thing, because we're combining both here. Abdallah, here's the thing though. Abdallah, you can't let Arsenal win the goal if Haaland.
Of course not. But this is the thing.
Because you see, I don't understand how unless you win the UCL. I don't care about that Bournemouth King Charles Trophy. No one cares. So unless you win the UCL, do not allow Arsenal to win the league while Haaland is potentially going to do something quite scary this season.
Can I answer?
Yes.
First of all, you're going to clown me for the rest of my life as long as I come on your streams. We are never winning the UCL with Pep. I've accepted that.
Ever since
2021. Ever since you beat us fair and square, you played your best team. We played our not so best team. I've accepted that. I've realized that. I have zero expectations in the UCL. What was the second point? In terms of the league, I don't know. This City team, I feel like it's flip flop. I don't know what to expect anymore. I'm just going to keep my expectations very low. I still expect Arsenal to win the league.
Abdallah,
the only thing I can probably guarantee, the only thing I may slightly guarantee is that we were going to beat them at the Etihad, but that's still not going to be enough. This is the thing. You've got teams that play open football against them, which makes no sense. But then another week, they park the bus against us.
You know why?
Welcome,
You know why?
welcome
They park
to
the
Real
bus
Madrid
against
Live,
us.
Abdallah.
They park the bus against us. This is the thing. I'll give you an example.
That happens all the time in La Liga.
Leicester slightly opened up when they parked the bus against us. It's a whole different game plan when they're playing Arsenal. They open up. It's like they want to bend over and surrender. It's literally like they want to surrender and give the league.
Mike, is there a possibility that Arsenal could win the league while Haaland just absolutely lubricates the goal scoring record? Can that happen?
Of course it can. How many points ahead on Arsenal right now? Is it 5 now?
I think it's 5 now.
Wait, go back because I haven't checked the stats.
No, I think it's 2. It's 2 with the game in hand.
Yeah, so
Arsenal have a game in hand.
Can you score just a little bit?
Oh,
yeah, we got to scroll a little bit down. XS to expected scrolls.
Oh, wow, Liverpool actually made it to the first screen.
Hey, we're there now.
Oh, that's crazy.
Our XS is now lower, that's for sure.
Wait,
so of course Arsenal can win this league, and if Haaland, look, shout out to my Nordic guy. This is what we do. This is what we do in the Nordic countries. We just score goals and goals and goals. Zlatan, Henrik Larsson, Haaland. This is what we do. We got actually a guy here in Finland who's 16 years old.
Okay, but Mike. So if Arsenal win the league, Haaland breaks the record. How do we? So
Then you got to look at the. You got to look at the
stats.
Then you just got to look at the rest of the City team, because how can you have a guy who scores 40 goals? I think he's definitely going to reach 40 goals.
Unless he gets injured.
Yeah, unless he gets injured.
Yeah,
That's actually been a very key thing for actually City, that Haaland has actually been very healthy. Because usually at Dortmund, he was always injured. He had little minor injuries of the ankles.
Week in, week out, Michael. They were playing him week in, week out.
But you guys are playing him week in, week out now. What's the difference?
Playing
we're managing him properly. We're managing him properly. We're not playing him every single day.
He's playing every game.
I guess we're managing him properly then.
You just have a better medical staff than Borussia Dortmund, because they don't have any medical staff. That's for sure.
Over the years, we've had a very bad medical team. I've wanted the medical team sacked over the years. I've wanted them sacked.
Fair enough. But look, if Arsenal win the league and Haaland gets 40 goals, that is unbelievable. Truly, that is doy. That is doy from Arsenal. If they're able to manage this.
That's tough luck. Move on.
You know what's the real question, right? If Arsenal end up winning the league, who do you think deserves to be player of the year in England? Because I don't listen in the EPL. I don't necessarily think it will go to Haaland. That convinces me. I think Saka will have something to say.
No. If he breaks the record, 100% they will give it to him.
Oh, it will go definitely.
But Saka's impact, though. Are we?
The thing for Arsenal is it's a collective thing for Arsenal. It's not been a one-man thing.
Let's keep it real. Arsenal got more support because Man City's like this new club. So I just kind of feel like Saka's achievement as well.
Here's the thing. It depends though. If he so is the record, is it 38 by
no
it's 32.
No, it's 32 by Salah.
If he does 36
45.
or 37, if he 40 and above, it doesn't matter. They'll give it to him. If he does and he should do, but let's just say for argument's sake, he does 34 or 35. And Arsenal win the league, they may give it to an Odegaard or a
HH, you know when Salah broke the record, he won Player of the Year, and we finished 4th that season.
Yeah, they finished 4th. Yeah, breaking a record, it's just they're gonna give it to him.
They're gonna give it to him.
Yeah, I mean, it's like
this is not the first time.
You know what? I think they will, because it's like his goal rate. Also, it's his first season.
Yeah,
I think he's got 3 hat tricks now, or is it 4 hat tricks?
No,
4.
I think it's 5.
Yeah. 5? No, I think it's 4.
Yeah, just to ask, he still has more goals than London Blues, right?
I mean,
okay,
everyone does.
Casey, you can't come in late. You can't come in late and start talking crap.
Everyone does.
Yes.
But my problem.
Zeman.
There's a just one sentence.
Okay, Joe, go for it.
You know, there's a possibility that Haaland ends his Man City career possibly without a Premier League title, right? Or Champions League. You know that's a possibility, right?
No, it's not.
Wait,
no,
Joe,
no.
it's his first season.
So, Joe, you're telling me he's gone in the summer? You're telling me he's gone in the summer? No. Like, you guys are saying it like there's a guarantee that you're going to bounce back and win it next season. But let's go ahead, Z-Man. I just wanted to say that. Like, there's a possibility.
No, no.
Zeman, go for it. Zeman. I know, Joe. I know, but Zeman, go for it. Zeman, go for it.
Yeah. I remember like Henri talking about this guy and saying that it's not as easy as players picking up passes for him. He has to contribute to it instead of making the same.
Zeman, he's a tree trunk. I know what Henri was saying. He can't change this game. He ain't gonna be Benzema or Jaws.
No. But it kind of with Man City, it's something that Pep is going to have to work with him on that aspect. But at the same time, if working with him on that aspect ends up taking, a certain amount of goal away from him because of how much he has to contribute to the build-up, it's a question of was Man City ever the right place for him? So it's like yeah, he's scoring all these goals, but these players aren't necessarily that direct. This is more of a possession-based team, which really makes his accomplishment more unique.
Impressive.
Yeah, because it's like he's one of the first molds in that Pep has had where it feels like Pep is trying to make it succeed, unlike with Zlatan, who he got rid of immediately. But I just the thing about Haaland is he's scoring all these goals, but he's a great goal scorer. I don't think he's going to be necessarily like the way people talk about him, the way people view him as being like in the Mbappe camp.
I think it. No, he's not. He's not. No. Zeman, do you know what it is? People are so desperate to recreate the next Messi and Cristiano because they're so stupid. Messi and Cristiano was probably a once in a generation kind of a thing. You're not going to have that. Mbappe is a far better player and is a different kind of a player. Haaland he's just here for goals. That's it. He doesn't offer anything more than just goals. Like Mbappe, he can dribble, he can do. So Haaland only game is goals. So you can't compare them.
Yeah, he's different. To play traditional striker. That's what I view him as. But
yeah, he's a throwback striker, like a throwback striker.
Inzaghi.
No, but the rate at which he's scoring now, you can't come now. Come on, don't put him in Inzaghi.
No, he's a prolific striker.
No, Kenny, he's a better Inzaghi because he scores more goals, but he's in that mode where you're just a striker.
Gerd Muller, bro. Let's just call it is, bro.
That's a Gerd Muller.
Yeah, he's Gerd Muller.
Yeah, no, obviously he's never going to be the technical, the link-up guy. That's not what he is.
Can I say something?
I think Casemiro has been better.
Let me come to Gerbo. I'm not confused. Paul.
If you ask me, bro, I think Haaland he's a great goal scorer. In terms of goal scoring, he's like too good, like way too good. But for me, if I look at the Premier League, the best player this season so far is for me Casemiro or Ødegaard. These two. I think Casemiro is money, bro. Like he has flipped Manchester United completely as a whole.
Well, that's Ten Hag more than Casemiro.
Yeah, but
no. Yo, put some respect on Casemiro's name, bro. He's
the main guy, bro. He started doing something he has never done for Madrid. He is actually a really, really good passer, but because he had Kroos and Modric, he never was the passer.
That's the technical aspect of the EPL more so than
hold on. Paul can back me up. Because there were La Liga games when Modric would be injured, Kroos would be injured, and Casemiro would now step into that role, and you saw his passing range. And I told United fans that this guy just into DM because, bro, there are games in which this guy's passing is damn good when he's had to be. So
I knew this. When, as you said, I think 20 and 21, he was doing that a lot because we had a lot of injuries, and he had to do it because we had so many injuries. He had to step up in that case. And for Manchester United, he's doing that so well. Like, look at the midfield. He got Fred on his side, and I think he's underrated Fred, but he's not on the level as Casemiro's. And Casemiro is doing something he has never done for Madrid on a long season stretch. For some games, yes, he had to step up, but I think for me, Casemiro is the best Premier League player this season so far.
Okay. Let me just. So, does anyone here believe City win the league, or am I the only one?
No,
yes,
they
will.
You're the only one.
No, City win the league. City win the league.
Okay. So, Zeman, why do you think City win the league?
No. I generally don't think City win the league. I think Arteta
Casey,
got
why do
this
you think
in a
City win the league? Zeman,
experience.
Casey, why do you think City win the league?
Experience.
But that's not a good
because when you have like
wait, hold on, let Casey cook.
When you have like 8-9 games, right, and you need to win every game. City has done it now 3 times, and I think they will do it again.
No, but they haven't though. We keep saying they're gonna do it again, but they haven't been on that type of run.
Bro, they're just 2 points behind Arsenal. Like, why are we acting like it's a massive gap?
Game in hand,
No,
game
but
in
that's
hand,
my
game in
point.
hand.
Yeah, this whole idea of Man City being a team that like goes on a run. It's the
We're not
idea
the
that
same
you guys
team
had
again. I agree with
prior. Like it's
We're not
not
the
it's
same
not
team again.
necessarily the same, bro.
No, but there's still time. I think we'll see like Arsenal because we see last year Arsenal they buckled under pressure. That's what.
The second
Abdullah.
The second point is the difference is there is no clear leaders. Ruben Diaz ain't no leader. Kevin De Bruyne ain't no leader. Gundogan ain't no leader. We're missing leaders in this team.
Isn't
we
this
had
the same thing
last year?
Let me explain. The reason is here last year we had Fernandinho. Whether you like it or not, he was a leader. He would. Some players on that team would have got sent off. He calmed Zinchenko in one game and nearly got because he nearly got sent off in the Atletico game.
Wait, hold
last
on.
season.
Is this the same Fernandinho that got adopted by Vinicius Jr.?
Yeah, that one.
Yes.
Okay.
Wow. Fair enough. But he is a leader. He is a leader. Not in terms of being a voice in the dressing room. Trust me, he is.
Okay. So,
you could adopt.
So you're saying that City, it seemed with a core that have won the league four times, have no leaders, but Arsenal, a team who have only won the Football Association Cup, have more leaders than
No.
City.
Arsenal
No, but no, that's Zinchenko now. They have a leader now.
The reason is I think experience, the experience that they have of Jesus and Zinchenko. I miss Zinchenko. I'm not even lying. I miss Zinchenko.
The experience of Jesus and Zinchenko.
I miss Zinchenko. Do you know why? Because he was a very good left back for us. He was a very good left back for us.
Then why did he let him go? Why did he let him go?
I think you have to stop disrespecting like Arsenal, like because you are the one that caused all
How
of this.
am I? Hold up. No, Joe, you can't do that to me. You can't.
No. I'm about to drop another mixtape, man. The whole
I'm about to drop a brick. I'm about to drop a brick. So go for it.
The whole reason Arsenal are about to win this title is because you laughed at Arteta endlessly, man. You called him the cone boy, the water bottle guy, the training drill man, light bulb merchant. You mocked him for playing Liverpool's anthem. You did everything but respect Arteta. And now look, Zinchenko came into the squad, and according to a quote, Mans told the dressing room when he came newly that forget about top four, forget about all this rubbish. We need to think about winning the league title.
That's
and
it. Okay, no, Joe.
His
Do you
teammates
have proof
laughed.
he said this?
No. I can't remember what I saw.
You can't remember. Basically, it was from Core. It was from Core.
Well, basically,
No, it wasn't. It wasn't a clip. They documented this clip.
Basically, his teammates laughed him out at the beginning of when he said that, when he freshly came, because it was like this blonde guy.
No, it's true.
Dr. John is true. In fact, it's actually true. It's not lie. Search it up.
Okay,
it's actually
go.
Now, guess who is wearing the captain's armband for a reason? It's Zinchenko.
No, that was Ukraine sucks. Because because it was like a stand with Ukraine thing and so forth.
I'm not liking all this talk. You see what all these one here trying to do, bro? They're trying to take all the pressure off City. Nah, this is City's time.
This is
there's pressure on
Wait. No jinx.
8-7.
Wallahi, no jinx.
8-7. Or how? Okay. From this position right now, you've got to say that you're in a strong position now. 8-7.
We have to go to the Etihad still. We have to go to Anfield. Even though Liverpool are not the same, Liverpool always turn up against Arsenal. We still got to play Chelsea. We've got much more tougher fixtures. And we got
wait, hold on. Let 8-7 now. So
we got a thinner squad. We're only a couple injuries away from again like drawing 4-5 or losing 4-5 games. So City, this is your title to lose. You got the better team. You got a better manager. This is your title to win.
This is why I disagree, H7. Do you know why? You're just doing reverse psychology. You're doing an HH. You're doing an HH.
I'm not.
You're going to beat Everton. You'll beat Everton. And even if you lose against us at the Etihad, you can still win the league by 2 points. Well, do
you expect this young squad to keep up with City?
Yes,
is that what you're expecting?
We are. Do you know why? Because our defense is so leaky. We leaked a stupid goal today. Like people, it's easy to blame Edison.
No.
The defense in front of him are
8-7.
Leeds defense, but they've only conceded 3 more goals than us.
Wait. 8-7. we are way. See, I would have said that. Can they keep up when it's before halfway through the season? We are now in week 2024, and you're 2 points ahead with the game in hand. So at the moment, you're keeping up to pace, and we've already passed halfway through the season. So look, I still think City will win, but it gets real, man. Let me hit some of the debate skills.
34.
Hold on, because as a City fan, mute Abdullah's mic. Oh no, come on, we're not gonna do that.
You told me no one likes me. Okay, thank you. No one likes me. Thank you very much.
We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. We're not doing that here. Everyone can suck. Here to there. Preach HH. Haaland ain't close to Karim. Haaland gets the most glided or gilt edge chances with City. Karim, Kane, Victor Lewandowski would score 50. No. That's where I disagree.
Never.
Now, my thing is that yes, all these guys you mentioned are technically better players. They don't score as many goals. Haaland is a great goal scorer. And Haaland's skill is his anticipation, awareness, reading of the game, and positioning. That is his skill. His skill is that he has a great sense of goal. Greater than all these guys that they mentioned. Haaland's movements and sense of goal is better than all these guys.
How many goals is Lewandowski on?
Yeah, Lewandowski maybe, but the rest of them, I don't think so.
I think Lewandowski can put up.
Lewandowski got
27.
No, he won't.
Yes, he can.
Lewandowski.
Yes.
I am telling you right now that Haaland is a rare breed of goal scorer, not footballer player, goal scorer.
And I'm telling you that Lewandowski did things in Bundesliga. He did
in the Bundesliga with Bayern. Hold on, Joseph. Are you saying that Lewandowski in this same team would score 27 goals in 24 games?
He would.
He's going to be above 20. He's going to
Bayern Munich,
for sure.
Bayern Munich dominate the Bundesliga like Man City dominate most of these Premier League.
How many goals is
Kane?
Kane is on like 20, isn't it?
Wait, Kenny. So City have won 10.
No.
Like,
huh? No.
They might
If you watch the games, I'm talking about the chance, the chance he creates. Like Lewandowski is going. Lewandowski is like, come on.
In 2012, Messi scored 64 in both La Liga and the CL, but Barca won neither the Liga or CL. That's a good point. Wait, who did Barca lose to in the CL, Dr. Joe? Like in 2012?
West London, sorry, Blue Cowboys.
Joe, who did they lose to? Dr. Joe, I say, Dr. Joe, who did they lose to in 2012?
No, I only
the best team in London.
No, hold on. We will only answer if you show us the table now. Just show us the table, and I can point out.
The same team we won against in 2009.
All right, okay. Possible Naples Studios. Take center stage right now. Okay, here's the thing. Why couldn't you do this against Ghana, bro? That's my thinking. I don't know how to think about this. And also, guys, Nigeria are having their elections today and so forth. It's been a bit hairy, but hopefully, just keep us in your prayers and your thoughts that everything can run smoothly in Nigeria with the elections. I've been keeping abreast of it. But look, see, Naples Studios. I'm more angry than happy because I'm like,
why?
My God, bro, what if we had this at the World Cup? What if we had this at the World Cup?
No. What would the Super Eagles do? Please tell me.
They would win the World Cup.
Yeah, they would be group stage exit. That's what they would be.
You
Look, come on. If we had this Vic.
And who's your goalkeeper and your defense? Is it Troost-Ekong? It's the center back, right?
Okay, so
Troost-Ekong. Wait. You're gonna trust in Troost-Ekong?
So Osimhen. So what's your thoughts on Osimhen?
See, now I got you there. with the defense and goalkeeper. I got you, HH. You can have the world's greatest attack, but the defense is leaky.
Can you speak about Osimhen and Napoli, please? Thank you.
Look, we're already partying here in Naples. The champagne is ready. We're waiting till end of March, early April. It's soon here. The Scudetto finally returns. This is so cakewalk.
So okay, look.
But shout out to the Vic.
No. But basically, let's put it this way: we can't jinx this. Basically, if
Napoli there's no way.
It will. Basically, I can already see that Napoli have won the Serie and it can't be jinxed. So, do you think they build a statue of both Vic and Kivicha or Vic?
They might build for the whole squad, to be honest, especially Spalletti.
Bro, they don't have the money though.
Well, they're gonna get the money when they sell Osimhen and Kvara. Right. That's when they're gonna get the money. Look,
Michael, can you get 100 points? Is it possible?
We could probably maybe, but Osimhen has got 8 games in a row he has scored. He is going for CR38's record of 10 games in a row scoring. He possibly could do it. And I think he's 3 goals away from the all-time goal scorer for an African player behind George Weah. So Victor Osimhen is breaking records left, right, and center this season, and he could have scored a hat trick today. To be honest, against Empoli, it was an absolute cakewalk. And this is easy. It's easy days nowadays in Naples. They're walking this. It's not even a competition. And if you look at the other players like Lobotka, bro, this Lobotka guy, I think you guys might need him at West London. Like Lobotka is actually bro. This guy's a baller. And Kim Min Jae, do you know his release clause for Kim Min Jae? 45 million.
Yeah,
What?
Kim, bro.
45 million.
That guy's a great. That guy's a great.
So he's definitely going to be a player that everybody's going to go for in the summer, and it's just a matter of what is De Laurentiis going to do. Is he going to sell 2 or 3 players or no players? Because clearly these guys.
But remember De Laurentiis, bro. He kept Koulibaly when Koulibaly was one of the highest rated defenders in the world, and he kept him. So my thing though is we're not dealing with Dortmund here. De Laurentiis is going to be like, wait a minute. If these guys led us to our first league title since 1989, bro, unless you put forth 160, 170, I'm not selling this dude. So he's going to be a hard guy to negotiate because he's like, wait a minute, we can actually build it, especially with whatever could happen to Juve and so forth, and with Juve having to rebuild on everything, he could be like, wait a minute, we can build a dynasty here. Yep. And here's my thing, because I remember, shout out to Omar Akatsutuba, who's like a Nigerian journalist who pretty much broke the news that Osimhen was going to Napoli and everything. And especially, I think that, you see, I'm trying to enter into Osimhen's psychology. Is he going to be like, bro, the kind of love I'll receive here, the way that I'll be received here, let me build something here? Or is he kind of guy where, stepping stone, Man United, Real, Chelsea, what up? Like, what do you think is in Osimhen's mind? If he does win the league title, and he sees people treat him like a demigod there, is he like, wait a minute, why don't I stay and just build a legacy here? Or is he like, nah, I'm out?
It's up to Osimhen, man. But if he stays in Napoli, he's going to become a legend. Can he become greater legend than Diego Maradona? I don't believe it, because obviously they named the stadium after him. But my God, like the things he's doing on the pitch, he's so ruthless. And he gets the ball, he controls it well, link up play. The guy's all over the pitch.
No, it's
ridiculous. So he definitely can become the best striker in the world.
And also, I think you have to credit Spalletti and so forth, because like I remember, I think it was this clown Z-Man who used to clown Osimhen. And I was like, as much as I wanted to clown him, I was like, okay, look, his game was very raw last year. I was like, I saw something there, but I was like, okay, no, he's very raw. He needs to work it into, bro. Whatever he did in the summer, he worked on his game. He refined his game. He cleaned up the rough edges that I saw last year. And you could just see, and that's what I like on guys, where you improve. In that summer, you work on what you're not good at, and you just improve
no,
yourself.
100%. Spalletti needs to take a lot of credit for this, because it's not just 1 or 2 guys like Kvara and Osimhen, because everybody's going to talk about them. The whole squad is an absolute unit. From the midfield with Anguissa, who was a Fulham relegated player, to Lobotka, to Kim Min Jae, to Rahmani. This squad is absolutely amazing. I'm telling you, they're going to win the Champions League this season. I'm dead certain on it. Unless they meet Real Madrid in that final, then Paul's squad will win it.
Look, for me, I think from a footballing point of view, it would be the best footballing story if they won the league and the UCL. It would be the best footballing story. Like that is like a fairy tale or upon fairy tales, man. Paul, your volume is a bit low.
No, just imagine if Napoli break the record of Real Madrid and they win them in the final.
Oh.
That would be prime storytelling to me.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
No, but Paul, talk to me. I mean, Osimhen and Napoli. Your thoughts, man, on Osimhen Napoli.
I swear to God, before anyone talked about this guy, I looked him up like a year ago, and there was something about him, and I don't even watch Serie, okay? I don't, but like I stumbled upon him, I guess, in social media, on YouTube, whatever, right? And I saw him play, and I was like, bro, there is something here. But I just thought, I remember thinking, remember that you were thinking that this guy could be great. You know, I was thinking that, and he's proven it, man. And it's, I'm not gonna lie, HH. I mean, not Kivisha because we got that position, but
you want to poach? No, because Benzema has to move, And also, we're not vouching. Wait,
Benzema has to go. I mean, has to go eventually go, perhaps in the next year or whatever.
Please tell me, Marianne is no longer on your
No,
books.
no. I can tell you. I can tell you absolutely. Ancelotti is gonna instead of Marianne, he's gonna have Alvaro, which he should. Instead of Hazard, well, actually, Ancelotti is kind of stupid because instead of being with Hazard in the fucking bench, he could have Arribas, who is an absolute gem. But anyways,
but would you take Osimhen though as Benzema replacement?
Absolutely. This guy, look, I see this guy. I'm not saying he's in a Benzema level, but he can grow. I feel like the way he plays, he's very clinical, but at the same time, he's not a brick, with the ball. He has some technique. Like he has that thing. He has that thing. And I feel like you're building. I don't know. I feel like it's perfect because Haaland, for example, I think Haaland, okay, even if it was possible, which I don't even know if it will. But I think, going from Benzema to Haaland is like another world.
Yeah,
it's too much of a change.
Yes.
And having another Benzema, you don't have unless you take Kane, which you're not gonna take him because he's too old now. You're not gonna have another Benzema. So yeah, you have Endrick, but you don't know how that's gonna play out. You need someone that guarantees you a certain level. And I feel that Osimhen is perfect. It's a guy that you can get for a good amount of money because it's Serie A. It's a guy that can improve in Real Madrid, and it's a guy that I think it's perfect for. Yeah, I don't know if it will work. I don't know his mentality, but I like him a lot.
Yeah,
you know how you talked about Barcelona need that superstar. What if they got Kvara?
No, I was going to talk about that. Can I talk about this?
Zeman, you're not going to do this. Zeman, you're not going to do this. Zeman, you're going to talk about Zeman, you're going to talk about Osimhen first, then Kvara.
Oh, okay.
Good. Now talk about Osimhen first.
Osimhen, listen, man.
Just apologize. It's simple.
The Seaman showed up. Like I gotta be honest, he's been showing up in Serie A. No.
Zeman, you gotta respect it. Come on, bro.
No. This is I'm being honest, man. From what I've seen and in the games I've watched recently, more so than others, yeah, he has polished his game to a certain extent. I do think that he looks like a good player. I know that Napoli bought him for 70 million, right? When they bought him originally. Yep. So that's a lot to pay for a striker, to bring him in and for him to do this well and, to give him the time he needed in order to develop. The question is, how good is he going to be when he moves? That's the real question. That's the real question. Is he going to keep up this type of form, or is he one of those that look good in Serie A? But there's certain players that you could just look at and be like, they can succeed. He doesn't give me that vibe, but he certainly. I'm certainly interested in where he goes. I feel like if any place he should go to Man United. I think Man United is the perfect place for him.
Why so?
Because I got to be honest. Like Ten Hag is really good at making people tap into their goal scoring ability. Like he's done that constantly.
Because on the terrace, I think I asked them, Kane or Osimhen, and they all said Kane. Because of like his
what do you expect? It's those guys don't watch the European leagues. They don't. They're prem merchants.
But Kane is a better.
But Kane for right now, if they want to win like in the next 3 years, I understand why they would want Kane.
Right now, they gotta get Kane.
But for a project,
what makes Kane?
True.
Okay,
Zeman.
The difference between bringing Kane and bringing Osimhen is that Osimhen is the type of guy that you can depend on in goal scoring, and you can depend on when it comes to injury records and how young he is. It makes sense from that standpoint. That's why you would pick someone like Victor Osimhen, and you know Ten Hag's track record with strikers. He brings up the best out of them. For some reason, he just rejuvenates their goal scoring abilities. He's done that at Ajax, and he's doing that clearly at Man United with Rashford. But with Harry Kane, I think it's down to his playmaking abilities that make him really good. I think he's an excellent playmaker. I think this guy, his ability to find in his vision is actually fantastic. But I do think Victor Osimhen would be the right project for Man United. I think he fits the mold of what they need in there. But in terms of Kvichka, like, listen, I would trade all my wingers, every single one of them,
including
my
Dembele,
striker,
including Dembele,
Lua, all of them,
Ziman,
including
trade
Lua
Ferran
for
Torres.
Kvichka, for
Ziman,
Ziman,
you would give up Ferran Torres?
Here's the thing about Kvichka.
Ziman,
Right?
I asked a simple question. You would give up the great Ferran Torres?
I mean, yeah, in a heartbeat, bro. No, I would. I would give up Ferran Torres for anything, bro.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, bro. I would give up anything for Ferran Torres, bro.
Ziman, I have a question for you.
Okay. So you believe Kvichka is that dude? He's that
No.
superstar.
I think he is Napoli's superstar. If I'm being honest. And I feel like when it comes to him, it's everything about him. He's the complete package. His goal scoring, his ability to find space, his ability to find passes, and this guy's tight control, bro, dribbling. Like this guy's fantastic. And what Napoli has been able to get him for how little is absolutely fantastic, bro. The Napoli scouting is amazing, but I'm keeping it real. Kvichka is like, that guy's not going for anything less than 180. Like I'm serious. Like he's not going anything less for 180.
Man, come on, man.
No. He has a. It's actually just saying it's around 200 million. His cost.
Yeah. We gotta keep it real.
We can package Ansu Fati, man. He's a talent.
Future. That's the whole.
You're
point.
muted, HH.
That's the whole point.
Throw the brick.
Drop a brick.
HH, you're muted.
You're muted, HH.
Oh, the dance moves.
Give yourself a yellow, man.
All right, okay, fine. Saying that Chelsea can afford 200 mil for Kvichka.
No.
Actually,
imagine Kvichka at the bridge now.
No. Here's the thing. Habo.
Kvichka and Zhao?
He has to be insane.
I'll give you.
Vichao. Maybe we call it Vichao.
Imagine Kvichka wearing the number 10 for Barca, bro. Imagine that,
Vichao wearing the
Imagine
number
that, bro.
99 for Chelsea.
That would be insane.
That's Ansu Fati's number.
Zeman, bro, he's a Madrid fan. I don't think he's going to.
No, it doesn't matter, bro. There's been plenty of Barcelona fans that went to Madrid. There's plenty of Madrid fans that went to Barca. Are you like?
How many?
Iniesta was originally a Madrid fan. Then he became a Barca.
Modric was
a Barcelona fan.
Yeah, Modric I think was a Barca fan.
Yeah.
Hold on, Joe. Talk
everyone
Osimhen.
has a share when they were a little kid. Everyone has a share with every team.
Yeah. It's common. It's very
Joe,
common.
Talk about your fellow countryman who failed against Ghana.
That's the highlight of his career, bro. It's not
Failing
winning.
against
It's not winning against bums in the Serie A. It's not. Well, okay. To be frank, okay, putting Nigerian bias aside, because he looked like a farmer. He looked like a farmer when he played that game, man. Aside the goal that he scored, which was disallowed, like I shamelessly, I was in Nigeria that time. You know, I was still running for my life.
That's tough.
Yeah. I'd escaped the homeland and I was back home, and I shamelessly gathered my family. My dad was no longer with us, so that was the first time my mom was watching football in a long time. I gathered my mom, my cousin, my brother-in-law just went. That was the first time he came home because my sister got married and so forth. So we all gathered and we had the big screen, like the flat screen and so forth. You know, we had a good meal, and then we watched that horrid, that monstrosity of football. And then he had the audacity to fool all of us and celebrate after putting the ball in the net. And then it was rude.
Okay, Joe, speak about the that's the past. Let's speak about the present now.
You know, it's even more crazy. Adamola Lookman is still in the top 3 of goal scorers of the Serie A as well. So 2 Nigerians.
You see the problem I have with the Serie A. Yeah, like Kvichka is quality, of course, But you look at that top five. Look at this top five, man. Who is Lukman?
His name is
Lautaro?
Ademola.
Wait,
Ademola.
wait.
Joe, his name is Ademola. Call him his name Ademola. Wait, see. Kilode.
I'm sure you have one of those English Ribenas over there. Take a sip. Take it slowly, man. Okay, let's say Lukman is a fluke, right? I'm pretty sure that is a certain Chiro Arrivederci Immobile in it.
Okay. Joe, are we really doing this right now? Joe, are we really not going to give a
Are you saying he's
Nigerian his
Immobile
flowers?
he's Immobile level?
Joseph,
I said
this
take a
this
sip
is
of your
why
lemonade.
look, this is why we can't do anything. Let's give him his flowers. It was in the past. Let's give him his flowers.
Chill. I'm not done. Okay, let's say both of those are flukes. Isn't that Lautaro Martinez in there? Like we all saw that bum in the World Cup. I'm not.
Look what
Lautaro did to your squad, though.
No.
Cut that bitch off.
This guy almost cost Messi a world. I'm never forgiving. I don't know about you all. I'm not forgiving. I saw that with my two eyes, and he almost, if not for the guy from the other one from Man City, my goat wouldn't have his goatship, and hence I'm not counting. So my
Wait, hold
Alvarez.
on. Joe, this is about Osimhen. Where does
what's going on?
Can you stay on topic, man?
I said chill. Let me cook, man. When you look at the Serie A, Osimhen is good for sure. He has quality. He's scoring the goals. He's in hot form. The problem I have with the Serie A is when all is said and done, if Osimhen doesn't or can't translate this form into either winning doing something tangible in the Champions League, or moving to the Premier League and keeping up the goal scoring, it would be the exact same story as the last guy that won the Golden Boot in the Serie A.
Stop it. Joe, stop
No,
Joe, no. Joe, when was the last time Napoli won the Serie? When?
That's not what I'm saying.
Ask the question. Fine.
When was the last? When was the last? No, okay. Let's keep it a stack. If Osimhen wins the Serie A this season, with or without a Champions League, he's done excellently well. He deserves his flowers. He's an excellent player, so on and so forth. He has a golden boot. There are not many Nigerians that have done to that level or performed to that level. So yes, he does deserve some level of respect. The problem I have is how much can I put weight to? And HH, you're this guy. I've forgotten. You're biased for Nigerians. HH is the one that always says, how good is he really? You're that guy, man. I shouldn't be the one reminding you. Lukaku is on a sabbatical. What happened to the top assist and top score?
I think we're talking for like the last 10 minutes or something. Just you know that you're in a panel.
No, he's spitting facts. Continue, man.
No, it's not.
Is he wrong? Is he wrong? Is he wrong?
He's not
Yes.
No.
I don't know why his mic is still going.
Lukaku never performed like that in the Champions League.
Let me get some dubs. That look, minus 15 points. Juve don't need to. Now here's the thing. Now Chelsea aside, what if Juve gets top 4 while being
my point
deducted?
That is my point, HH.
They're not gonna get it, man. Stop it. They're not gonna get it.
We need to levitate that league, man. We need to dissolve.
Wait, Kenny. They're not that far off.
They're not gonna get it. Stop that. They're not gonna get it.
HH.
If they get it, honestly, no. If they get it, it's a shame on Milan.
Hold on, Joe, come on. Let me hit it. So, Karen, thank you for the dub, Karen, man. Goat's channel, thanks HH and the rest of the panel. How will you react if Arsenal ends up winning the league and Napoli winning the UCL? Here's the thing. No, I'll be real with you. If Arsenal win the league, I think that would be a phenomenal achievement by Arteta. Absolutely phenomenal. And I'm going to look at Pep. I will endorse Pep if he doesn't win the UCL. If Pep wins the UCL, Arsenal win the league, okay. But still, whatever the case, Pep winning the UCL or not, phenomenal achievements by Arteta, by a team who've not won the league since 2004. If Napoli win the UCL, That would be, bro.
You know what?
That would be.
Let me leave you all with this.
No, wait, bro, wait.
Just
Hold
carry.
on. You know, let me roll with you. Napoli. This would be the
greatest
biggest dud CL winner because let's wait. FC Porto are a big, but Mike, FC Porto are a big club. Napoli do not have the same kind of stature that FC Porto have.
Yeah, but they're in a bigger league, so it kind of
So
let me add another one.
It would be the biggest CL dub.
Let me add another one. What if one of Dortmund or the Union Berlin win the Bundesliga?
Not happening. Now,
Union, yes. No, Union will be a big deal. Union will be a massive deal.
If Union win the Bundesliga, bro,
Mike, that would be the
an utter door.
No, Mike. That would be the first proper East German club, right, to win the league.
Here's the thing: if that happens, I think Nagelsmann has to be imprisoned.
No,
for UCLs, Napoli is going to get rid. Like, I hope not, but it's
gonna happen.
Let me be real with you. For the sake of football, I hope De Laurentiis becomes a prick and fights to keep these guys.
Yeah,
he is already.
Okay, Cesar, you know what? 250 now.
Yeah, 250 minimum.
A whimsical thought. Kim Min, surprising star at the back for Napoli, helped fill the void left by. Along with him, Kivicha and Anguissa made this transfer window too good. No, look, it's superb acquisition that makes me feel sad. Now, guys, this is a perfect segue.
Oh no! I want to leave you guys.
Can I say something on Osimhen?
Are we going to talk about power?
One last question. If Napoli win the league and they win the Champions League, I think we need to say something about Maradona's death. Because there's a funny narrative that you all have
Joseph,
been
we've
ignoring.
spoken about this.
No. Joseph,
Listen. Since Maradona died, Argentina won the Copa America, they won the World Cup. Napoli about to win the Serie.
There's a funny side to the discussion that you all have ignored collectively. I've listened to every single stream on this channel.
Okay, what is it?
What if it's not Maradona actually helping them from the other side? Because that's what you've been implying. What if Maradona's living was holding them back, man?
Okay, all right. So, guys,
that's sick.
Now moving to the next thing right now. So for that should actually be a red card.
If you go to
Joe, I'm gonna mute your mic. I'm gonna leave it on mute. So Paul, can you talk over him? Can you talk over him? Paul, Potter, man. Paul, this is what I want from you. What do we do? Paul, what do we do with a guy who comes to a press conference cracking jokes and smiling? Paul, what do we do with a guy who is now saying that people have been threatening his family? Paul, what do I do with... No. Paul, what would I do with an owner who now comes with his Chelsea beanie cap and joins training with Potter? Paul, what do I do if Chelsea lose to Tottenham on Sunday? Paul, what do I do... Paul, what do I do? Talk to me.
You remember we talked about Lucho, we talked about Zidane, we talked about all these options. And the thing is, not even Luis Enrique would fit you, to be honest. Like it's very contrary to a lot of what Chelsea do. So even though he's still a better manager than Potter, obviously. Look, the fact that he comes, and I tagged you on that tweet, I remember, even though you already answered, but this is like the fact that he came to that press conference smiling, cracking joke, late, bro. It's just that it's not even. I think that at any respectable club, you don't even need to be a top European giant. If that happened to, I don't know, these top medium clubs that had this horrible streak, it would be already, bro, sackable. Like, for me, and again, I have to speak with my team, but obviously my team is kind of special in that sense. But obviously, if and tomorrow Ancelotti comes with a streak of 2 wins,
15 games.
Listen. At the seventh, at the fifth loss, he's out. But
yes.
Like, if he came,
Paul, that's why I'm so pissed, because what happened to the standards? Paul, It's 2 wins. Paul, this man is trying to explain how losing to the worst team in the league is fine. This man is trying to explain how 2 wins in 15 were in a process. Because, but Paul, what's happened to standards? Because, Paul, do you know what they say? Give him time. Give him time. Paul, they say that I'm too impatient. I'm too impatient. Is it impatience or is it a lack of standards?
Patience is what the chat is having with me with the shitty mic. I know it's shit, guys, but it's not my house where I'm in England. Is what it is. But having said that, HH, I told you, man. I think you should sack him. It got to a point that, in this case, I would sack him in the middle of the because you're not gonna do anything anymore, right? You're not gonna get. What are you gonna do? Are you winning the Champions League? You're not. You may get farther with another even manager, but this season is over. In all senses, it's over. What you gotta do is, the earlier you can start building a new thing, whatever it is, the better. So it's just, I think that if you sack him now, you can make the manager, whoever comes, can make the right transfer moves, can make the right decision for what they want to do. But the thing, HH, is the options you have. The option that is most, I'm gonna be with Seaman here.
Oh, boo.
No, listen. I want you. Okay, promise me you're not gonna go crazy the moment I say it.
Depends on what you say. I'm very emotional.
I know what
person.
Paul's gonna say.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Think about it coldly. This guy is not as bad as you think. The best fit, and I think he's gonna be free, is Diego Simeone. Ah! And I know. Wait.
Great choice.
I know everyone is laughing because everyone buys the narrative that, in the chat and everything, that Simeone, yes, he's criminal, he's harambol, he's criminal, whatever you want. This guy is very good for the bridge. This guy would make the best out of any player, of mid top players that has that myth of that he's bad with talent is shit. Now, obviously, Joao Felix wouldn't stay, but listen, you are talking about Luis Enrique. Think about it, the manager Luis Enrique is. Luis Enrique is a system merchant. I love him, but he's a system merchant. You know this. He's a possessive merchant.
Paul, who did Felix just run away from?
No, that's what I told him.
Responsibilities. That's where you run away from.
No. Simeone will get imprisoned again by Felix. It's not the other way around.
No. No. Felix will go back to Atleti, and Enrique will go to Atletico, and Simeone would go to Chelsea. But the thing is, people say, "Oh my God, Simeone!" This guy was in 2 finals. He lost, but in which manner did he lose? He wasn't clowned, like he wasn't 4-0, he wasn't 2-5, he wasn't 8-2. This guy was winning for 89 minutes in one of them, and the other, like he had team. This guy managed a team that managed to win 2 leagues against prime Barca and prime Madrid. So we're not talking about a brick, okay? I know you don't like his football, but are you gonna like Lucho's football, HH? That's a question I make you.
I am taking Lucho over Simeone.
Are you? Are you gonna have the patience? Are you able to say to Lucho saying, "I don't want Felix because I don't like his ethic"? Imagine, okay? I don't like Mudryk. I like Enzo, but I don't like this guy. I don't like this guy. Get him out. Get him in.
Paul,
and I will say more.
Paul, I'm not taking Simeone at Chelsea. Paul, that's not happening. Paul, that can't happen.
I don't want to say. I just.
Paul, I want showtime.
I don't want to say.
No. Habo, hold on. How many good attacking managers have you had?
Yeah, well, we know the history.
This guy called Carlo. Okay, Hokage, talk to me, bro. Hokage, how do I get rid of Quidditch?
Now, if you want Showtime, I think with all the attacking players you guys have bought, there's only one manager that could give you that Chelsea fans keep talking about, but he's not available, and that's Hansi Flick. Put Hansi Flick here and give him Felix, Fernandez. Mudryk is just a new Pulisic, so not Mudryk. When Lukaku comes back, give him Lukaku. Bro, he'll make a team out of these bums. High pressing, attacking. None of this terrorism. But Zeman and Paul make they make perfect sense. Your 2 Champions League wins come off the back of pure terrorism halal ball, bro. Like bringing Simeone in would be the perfect. It's literally a match made in heaven. But I know that
Wait. Hokage.
Why are we lying?
Wait. Hold up, Hokage. You're
That
near
is
LA,
true, though.
aren't you? Hokage, you live near LA, isn't it?
Yeah.
So Hokage, surely you will know better than anyone. Showtime!
Yeah, but
And that's what you want, bro.
That's a
I
historical
wouldn't say
franchise.
Showtime because as
Nah,
soon as you said Showtime, your team has been terrible.
Yeah, man. It's just stop, please, man.
Your club isn't meant for the Showtime.
Yeah,
Your club
it's
is
not,
meant.
bro.
Your
Nah,
club isn't a Showtime club. It's
Bro,
not.
Hokage,
Why are we-
Todd Bowley
It's
is the
rainy
president
day.
of
No,
the
no,
Hollywood
it's
Foreign
Showtime.
Press.
Why are we lying? Like in 2021, we played some Aram football. Like, stop. What
No, yes, you guys
these guys
did.
doing this, man?
That's what all
That's
terrorists
not.
say, man.
That's not true. Nah,
It
you see that? No, you see 2012,
Is
I
he
can
still on
accept.
the yellow? Is that his second
I'm not,
yellow?
bro. I'm not. That's,
Yeah, it is.
Exactly. That's
It
a
is.
lie. Streets, tell them the truth. I'm not a
Okay,
yellow.
okay, so look.
Your greatest players are Terry and Lampard. That tells you
True.
about all you need to know about the kind of
Do
football.
you see the name behind me? No, maybe not, Joe. Maybe you're young, but do your YouTubes and look at the name behind me.
How many friends?
Do your
How many
YouTubes.
friends?
How many PLs did he win?
Overrated.
Bro, he's one of the most talented players in Premier League history. What are you on about?
So
What bro?
he has the same number.
Just like so, he was
like
basically
like
Harry
eight.
Kane. Then.
But AJ, isn't Conte back?
I'm not giving you the mic. Hokage,
Isn't
continue.
Italian Kane.
Isn't Conte back? Like I saw him in training. Is he gonna play tomorrow?
It's touch and go because bro, he's not played for ages. So I don't know whether he risk. I don't know whether it would be wise to risk him
Bro, I just
to start.
I think the downfall of Chelsea began when Conte started falling off because that was because you guys Conte was the soul of this team, bro, and I don't know if Conte's gonna come back the same. Just imagine
Hokage, we have Gryffindor as a manager. That's the real issue.
Gryffindor. He's more of a Hufflepuff, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, he's Hufflepuff.
He's a kind guy. He's too kind.
Yes.
Wait, no, hold on, because I've not read Harry Potter. Okay, so it's Slytherin, Gryffindor, Hufflepuff, and what's the fourth one?
Hufflepuff are the friendly.
No,
people.
Z-Man. This guy's actually
Ravenclaw. Where all the losers went, isn't it?
Hufflepuff.
I know Harry Potter was in Gryffindor, and is it Draco was in Slytherin?
Gryffindor are brave, bro. Hufflepuff are like friendly, bro.
Thank you. Yes, it's Hufflepuff. So Hokage, the issue is Hufflepuff. How do you get rid of Hufflepuff?
Dude, just you have to sack him, dude, because I know I've been watching the show and a lot of people are saying give him time. Bro, any competent manager with actual quality and ability would be able to take Enzo Fernandez and all these players and get points. Bro,
yes.
2 wins in 16, 15, like that's honestly embarrassing.
13 losses, that is absolutely crazy. That is absolutely crazy. Now that I think about it.
It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. So sack him. Send him to the streets.
Mike, Chelsea, Tottenham. What do we say in Chelsea, Tottenham, Mike? What do we say in Chelsea, Spurs?
Chelsea Spurs. I'm thinking of João Felix versus Pedro Porro.
Oh my God!
Mike,
if he
Mike,
loses that,
yeah,
if he loses that,
You know that girl's cheated on both.
I
of them.
dare your man to get possession on the field. Like,
Wow.
Okay, Mike. No, Mike. Here's the thing, though. Do you think? Wait, hold on, Mike. Do you think the TV people know the history? So do you think
I don't think they do.
on the handshake?
Oh, that would be good. That would actually be good. That would actually be good.
He's not going to play anyway.
But to be fair, yeah, Pedro Porro's actually not going to play because Emerson Royale, he might be Brazilian. He might be. He's actually played. No. He's actually played very well since they signed Pedro Porro.
No, he's playing well, but Brazilian, not yet.
We're baby steps to getting the Jogo Bonito passport.
But Mike, because Mike, here's the thing, though, Mike. If he loses, Mike, he has to go.
Oh, if you lose, because this is basically Chelsea's biggest rival, I would say, is Spurs. Yeah, remember what happened earlier this season? Oh, when the Tuchel and the Conte, the handshake. Beautiful times. What's gonna happen tomorrow? You better win.
And also, do you know the saddest thing? Tottenham seems to perform better without Conte in the touchline, bro.
Yeah,
I think is it Cellini or something that's
their system manager.
And they seem to do a lot better within it. So, but what is your gut telling me? Tottenham are at home. Tottenham need to win. But here's the thing: Chelsea. Do Chelsea need to win, or is the season already? Okay, no. Sorry, I got it. Potter needs to win. Chelsea don't need to win. Potter needs to win. Like Chelsea season is done. Like it's over. Like Chelsea, because I don't care about comments. So what Potter needs to win, Tottenham also needs to win. So what happens?
Honestly, I can't tell you. I don't think Spurs have scored a goal or have gotten a win against Chelsea at their new ground. I don't think Spurs have done that. No,
it's time to break that record, Mike.
I was about to just say that it's time to break that record, and there's only one manager who seems to be doing that at the moment, and that's Graham Potter, because he's breaking all the records you don't want to break. Like, how can you lose to Southampton? How can you lose to these squads with the team?
I saw what Leeds just did.
And Leeds just beat Southampton 1-0 today. Graham Potter, I rate the manager highly. He needs and desperately needs to win tomorrow. If he doesn't, and you don't score a goal, and let's say it's 2-0 Spurs, your fan base is going to go crazy. And what is Todd Bowley going to do? Todd Bowley was there at the training ground this week, all smiles, happy. He had the CFC logo hat on. He was trying to get that inspiration, Showtime FC, that he heard from HH's channel. But is that Showtime going to show up tomorrow? Who's going to start? Who's going to get the goals? Generally, who will score goals for Chelsea right now? It ain't going to be Havertz. Could we see a João Felix masterclass tomorrow? It is pending.
It's the only option, I think.
It's the only option. I don't see any other goal scorers from your team. And if you cannot score against this Spurs defense that is very leaky, they gave up 4 to Leicester. They gave up many chances to Milan. I don't know how this game is going to go because I don't trust Spurs, and Chelsea are just horrendous at the moment.
Can I ask Michael something?
Go ahead.
I've been following the streams before, and he said they should be patient and wait for him, and for Potter, Chelsea fans. Are you still standing by this? They should be patient or not?
I'm 50-50 with this at the moment because let's be honest here. If any club in the top 6, if they were going 2 wins in 16, that manager should be sacked.
No, listen, Mike. Not even top 6. Think Roma.
Top 20, the whole league.
You don't need to be. Think Dortmund.
No, because that's relegation form. 2 wins in 15, that's relegation form.
Like I told you, AJ,
Can I speak on this?
I checked the form table. In the last 15 games, Chelsea are 16th.
Yikes.
If that's not a sacking, I don't know what is. And I rate the manager, and yes,
they're not relegation.
And yes, Jabril, I did say trust the process and have some patience with Potter, but his tactics, he put Mason Mount at false 9. What?
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It doesn't make any sense to me.
Give him time, man. Give him time.
You don't help yourself because
exactly.
But you made the decision to take off Fofana and play Mount. Here's the thing. First of all, Mount's false 9 is crazy. But everyone can see that he's obviously not fully focused. He's going through a contract situation. He's been given an ultimatum, so his head isn't right. So Mount is the last guy you want to play out of position because his head isn't right.
I think Potter's in a desperation mode at the moment. He's just trying everything and trying to put the puzzles into place, but it's not working out at the moment with the pieces. It just isn't, and he's just desperately trying to throw something, and it ain't working. So let's see what he cooks up tomorrow.
Casey, talk to me.
Yeah, I actually feel very bad for Potter because he's not like your traditional English manager who comes from those particular roots, right? Like Lampard or Sam Allardyce or people like that. He went to Sweden and did his thing, so he doesn't get support from people like Talksport also, and Chelsea fans are also against him. But I think this guy is and Michael pointed out, he's a process manager, and I just don't see how is it different from Arsenal in 2020-2021 because Arsenal, I think they were in 15th or 14th position at that time.
The money
how is it different? No, but
the money.
No. Hold on, Casey. Were Arsenal as successful in the last 10 years as Chelsea?
Okay,
did Arsenal spend 700 million in a
window? Yeah, on that. Okay, I will repeat.
That makes it worse.
Okay, but
hold on, Casey.
On this, right? I think other than Enzo Fernandez, I don't think he wanted any of those players. I think your owner, he just bought those players by listening to Con CFC.
You went to a space with a pen.
Oh my gosh, man!
Am I wrong? Am I wrong? Please tell me, who is Fofana? What's a Fofana? Both Fofanas. What have they done?
It's a food.
They doesn't know where to strike.
João Felix. No, I am telling you. I used to be a big fan of João Felix, but Zeman has opened my eyes. This guy is a proper bum. I'm not kidding. He is a bum.
No, but Casey,
you're listening to Zeman.
But Casey, João Felix has been their best player in the last 5 games.
Felix is a bum. Okay, man.
Casey,
I used to be. I
Casey,
was like, I
Joao
used to be a
Felix has
massive.
scored all of Chelsea's goals in February.
But that's
scored
one.
all of
Bro, that's
Chelsea's
one
goals in
goal.
February. Wow.
That's one goal. That's terrible.
I didn't know. I didn't start that. He scored all of
One
Chelsea's
goal.
goals in
One
February.
That's one goal. But
Casey,
Yo,
Casey, Casey.
that's a guaranteed goal of the month.
Yeah, goal of the month, bro.
Yeah, I was
No,
about to say.
no, wait, hold on. I'm right. He scored all of Chelsea's goals. So that's amazing.
but that
He scored
was
all of Chelsea's goals.
that was more. And that was more Enzo's pass. Like that was a great pass from Enzo, who is I think a world class player without a doubt. And he's the guy you should build your team around. But other than him, who did you get? Kukureya, Koulibaly.
Casey,
Casey,
can I get a scoreline for Chelsea Spurs, please?
Koulibaly.
I think it's gonna be boring 0-0.
Ew.
Yeah,
that's expected.
That's good. Bro, it's Taliban versus Al Qaeda. Like, what do you expect?
Oh, let me talk about.
Kenny. No, let's Kenny talk about his team. Let's Kenny talk about his team. Kenny, what happens? What happens with your team, Kenny?
Like you said, like Potter needs it, honestly, for his own safety, because if he loses against Tottenham, I don't know what this fan are going to do.
Kenny, it's getting violent, bro. Kenny, it's getting very brutal, bro.
Yeah, it's getting tough for him right now, but
wait, Kenny, in your lifetime, would you say he's the most hated Chelsea manager, or would Aaron Grant take that?
No, he has to be him. He has to be him. And
has there been a manager disliked by a fan base like in these last years? Any team?
No, probably not.
I can't think of one, bro.
I know, I know people hated Serie. I don't know why. Like people hated Serie.
I think it's a combination of how people felt about Tuchel.
Tuchel.
Basically, this is the combo. A whole bunch of fans grew up in the Abramovich era, and they're spoiled. Is what it is. So the guys who grew up in the Abramovich era, people who were huge fans of Tuchel for what he did in the UCL, people that dislike Abramovich leaving, and also they're now going from this to the Brighton manager, not liking him and him doing this badly. Oh, it is a horrendous concoction. Sorry, can you continue?
Yeah, and as well with like you said, with the money they spend, the expectation just grew up. Like I said, especially in the winter, the expectation. People expected, like I said.
Sorry, before I forget. So, I'll probably put the YouTube link. Did you guys see the Obi Mikel interview?
Yes.
Yeah.
Great interview. So basically, watch it if you can. But one thing he said like, and you know what? I love this interview because, bro, he kept it a stack. He said Rafa Benitez was the worst Chelsea manager. Do you know this guy said that you would know the lineup 20 minutes before the game? Do you know how normally like you know 2 or 1 hour before the game? Say he turned the lineup 1 minute for the game, and he said if he did something wrong, he'd just blank you. He knows to explain, wouldn't give you anything, he'd just blank you. I'm like, how did he win that UCL in 05?
That's okay. We sent him as an agent to Chelsea. That's what we did.
He's trying to keep you on your toes, man. 20 minutes. No,
Kenny, what happens against Tottenham? Give me a score, please. Give me a score.
Honestly, I'm not. Honestly, the only thing, I'm seeing a draw at best right now. But like I don't see where we're scoring. I've been waiting for excuses every time this forwarders like. I don't know. I don't know how we're gonna score. I don't see how.
So hold up. So you're saying 0-0?
Yeah, or a 1-1 at best, and even a goal. Honestly, I don't. Probably an on goal. Maybe I don't know where we're scoring. Like,
wow.
I can't tell you.
Wait, hold on. AK, talk to me. You're not supposed to about AK. Talk to me.
So I think Chelsea and Potter. The Potter is just overhyped. I think what he did at Brighton was overhyped by the media. People forgetting the fact that he guided them to I think like 15th and 16th, and got booed in his first 2 seasons. So I don't really rate him that high as a coach, seeing what he did at Chelsea. I think it was a step too far for him. I think Spurs was his level, and Chelsea. I think if they sack, I don't think they can sack Potter now because it costs like 82 million to like sack him and get the new manager. And also, who are they gonna get if they sack Potter?
Hansi Flick.
No, but do you know what's weird? Hold on, do you know what's weird, guys?
It's not available.
Wait, hold on. Do you think Boli got Potter because he wanted to sort of ingratiate himself to English culture.
Yes.
Yes. 100%.
Nah.
But
No, I
Potter,
think that
hold on,
when
no,
it,
Havoc.
when
This is
wait,
Hold on. Okay, why do you say this? Okay, why do you say this?
There was always, why did Bowley get Potter? There were two choices that were heralded by the English media as in two next great English managers. One was Eddie Howe, and he went to Newcastle. The other guy was Potter. Who else to bring in? You've just sacked Thomas Tuchel. Chelsea, you just bought Chelsea to make Chelsea already by the media aren't very well liked by English media. Who else to please the English media more than to get Potter? And
no,
also,
no,
it was also
This is just.
Potter was.
I hate this. No. Please don't do
No,
it.
I
Let's not
love
do
this
that.
though. I
You know
love
this.
this.
You know what's the big problem at Chelsea, right? That Graham Potter. This is like I used to be like, you have to give him time, you have to back him, but when you really look at it, when you really deep it, this guy came into a press conference, say, I just came back from an emergency meeting, and then he started talking about Thomas Tuchel, saying stuff like, yeah, the senior players told me the preseason wasn't it.
The worst preseason ever.
Yeah, the worst
Z-Man.
preseason. No, you're reading. No. You're
So
reading
what?
these
He's a sore
quotes.
loser.
You're actually reading these quotes, and then you keep scrolling up, and you see like Chelsea's goals they scored this season, and it's like different. it's like different camera angles of João Felix's goal, and you're just like, what's going on at Chelsea? And to be honest with you, I feel like even with Conte coming back, he probably doesn't know half of these players. He probably thinks Graham Potter's an assistant. He's like, where's Tuchel at? But when it comes to this whole situation, I do feel like your best option is Diego Simeone. Real talk, because let's keep it real. Diego Simeone is really good at stabilizing a team. Diego Simeone is really good at building structure to your team that doesn't have that's chaotic. Diego Simeone is really good at, let's be honest. Chelsea's heritage is defense first. I think he fits.
No, but can I
You
just
go with that
respond to
heritage again, man.
Bro. He fits it.
All this
No,
heritage talk, man.
bro.
Let's talk.
Can I say something?
I'm gonna try to deny that, bro.
Hold on, Casey, what do you want to say?
No, but if you, I bring it back to Arteta. Like, I think he lost to Burnley, and Arsenal were like 16th at that time. And his next press conference, it was worse. Because they gave him. No, but they gave him time, right? They gave him time. Okay. And Arsenal are looking good now.
So with Arteta, we saw what he was trying to do.
Hold on, Casey. Arsenal fans have told me that don't try and copy the same model, because it's very obtuse and narrow-minded to think that, look, we gave Arteta time. If you give Arteta time, you'll be like that. That's not how football works, bro. It's too much of a gamble. And also, so Casey, I'm sorry. Once you spend that amount of money, that whole time thing goes out the window. Arteta didn't have 700 mil. He had a team who have not won a trophy in like. He took over won a trophy in over 10.
No,
but
you know what? Casey, can I ask you, when you're talking about time to give, how much time are you talking about?
As long as possible.
I'm just saying I'm just saying like no, not that. I'm just saying first month and a half of next season. That's it.
Chish, let me go. Let me go.
So basically, give him a preseason.
Yes, yeah.
Paul took over Joe instead.
Because I would like to reply to this. People keep comparing with Arteta. People keep comparing with, I don't know, Ten Hag, whatever. Okay, guys. Even if I think it was, look, I'm gonna keep it a stack. I think it was unfair for Potter to come without that preseason. It's fair, and I think most of those signings, if not all, most of those signings were Bowley signings, not Potter's. But having said that, even if he is out of blame, the notion that you can just reset in the next season is crazy to me. Do you think these players are gonna like? It's not. You can't compare with Arteta because Arteta began from zero, right? This guy comes without a precision. This guy is gonna have as a past with these players. The past is gonna be this horrible, this destructively horrible, terrible season. That is not. You don't just reset after a season, okay? Players remember this. The players are probably getting tired of losing, of this guy. Because if this was Zidane, if this was a top coach, if this was a recognizable face, if this is Mourinho, Conte, you don't have the guts to talk to this guy. you can't say anything to him because he has proven himself. Not so much Conte, but everyone knows who he is, right? But with Potter, he's not. These guys can, if they want, they can sack him. Tomorrow they can just.
And also, Paul, if Chelsea is Paul is spitting your facts.
The concept, just to finish, the concept that you can just reset. No, give him one more season, and thinking that it will be a reset, it's false. These guys are probably just tired of this.
No, Paul. At least give him a preseason.
No.
At least give him a preseason.
No. Wait. Hold on. Casey, you're missing the point that Paul is making. No, Casey, you missed the point that Paul is making. Casey, you're dealing with Chelsea, and you're dealing with guys like Silva and senior players, bro. Bell Silva, Thiago Silva's wife, liked a Twitter post about how, bro, they should just get Thiago Silva to manage. Casey, Chelsea is that club where if certain senior players say, screw this dude, Potter is done.
And Havoc, I'm sorry, Havoc.
But I'm sorry, that's not correct.
Havoc,
I'm
sorry to break it to you. I'm sorry to break it to you, but I don't think Todd Bowley is Abramovich. I don't think he's gonna be he's gonna do the same things as Abramovich.
No.
He is,
Casey,
man.
I don't think you understand.
No, we don't know that. We don't know that.
Casey, here's the issue. Here's the issue is that it's not about him being Abramovich or so forth. It's about your product failing. If you can see that there's issues with the dressing room and the players are now putting on a mutiny against the manager and players are now going against the manager, do you want your product to completely fail? Like, I'm sorry, you have taken over a product to try to make the product look good. But if the product is decaying because the dressing room is toxic, oh well, give him time.
But how good are these players though? How good are these players?
They're the players. What do you mean? The players are the players.
They're not as bad as losing now. Like he's been doing terribly with these players. Yeah, like no, like you can't excuse that. Even you can't excuse that.
Wait, hold on, AK.
Also, like, people are forgetting the fact that it's not Potter came in October. It's not even that these players became better since then. These players remain stagnant. The team's gone worse since then, despite adding 700 million. You've made the team worse. Individually, every player has gotten worse. Every player is worse than they were before. Felix is worse than he was when he came. Mudryk is worse than he was when he came. Enzo in the last game didn't have the same influence as he had previously. Now, was worse.
What did Mudryk do before he came?
Wait, hold on. Do you know what it is? People like Casey who say give him time, they're saying this because they want to see me suffer.
No.
At least guys like Paul can actually be objective and so forth. Casey, you're not being objective.
Wait, Casey,
you're the most biased person I know.
No.
I need to go.
This is the way I see it, right?
What?
The problem with Todd Bowley is it's his demeanor, like the way he carries himself, the way he acts in press conferences. That tells you a lot about the type of manager he is. He doesn't have that much confidence in himself the way he talks. Like, for me, it's like majority of managers, you have to have arrogance. It doesn't matter where you're coming from, because every single manager has some level of ego to them, that things will work out, that they'll find a way, that they'll give you that level of confidence going into it. When they're having a bad game, they don't look for excuses. It's just one of those things on a consistent basis that I don't see with him. Like, It seems like he's okay with it. And the way he's nonchalantly talking to a press conference tells me that this guy, he's not under pressure this season.
Well, you can't say
but you see what
hold on. Zeman says hit the nail on the head, and that's the issue. Every time Potter goes into meet with the Bowley, they say, "You're a man, 100%." But when he now goes out, he's hearing the booze from the fans. His family and his kids are seeing how he's been insulted and abused on social media. So basically, so Potter's like, I'm confused. The owners say that I have my full backing, but I'm being insulted and abused and insulted by the reporters, the media, and the fans. So it's almost like his
it doesn't matter.
Do you know what it is?
Matter.
He is sitting with a PR guy saying that, bro, we've got to sort this out PR wise.
But
bro, these fans are against you, even if you're a guy.
But people are harping on too much on the way he's acting or whatever. Like, the way he's people are acting as if he has to be like, I don't know why people act, there's a certain way to be in a big club. That's not true. I don't know the way.
Kenny, remember
the
when
way
Mourinho first came in?
No, but everyone's different. Everyone's different. The way he's on the training pitch, the way he's on the training, I don't know. People are acting as if he's acting the same way in the press conference.
Okay, Joe, be real quick. I have to read these jobs and we're out. Joe, real quick, go for it.
Read the dubs because I ain't gonna be real quick.
Okay, all right. So, for God's sake. Okay, Alhambra. From all this, I can conclude that Chelsea are damn good as PR. These guys care more about distancing themselves from Roman than writes the decisions. They don't want to be the US version of the prior regime. I really believe the Potter thing was, hey, let's try to ingratiate ourselves to England, English culture and so forth. Because trust me, nobody saw Potter in the headlines. When Tuchel was sacked, Potter was like, bro, it took everybody. It was like, how do you go from the managers that Chelsea have had to Potter? It made no sense.
Yeah, CFC was saying that he wants Potter.
Oh, screw that. Dr. J is the new. Yeah, he is. I think he is the newcomer. Women's call. Yes, Paul could be correct. Chelsea has been great with pragmatic managers. So what's the problem with Hope? Simeone is the Antichrist. I don't want the Antichrist at Chelsea.
So is Mourinho. Mourinho is a bigger Antichrist.
You need a little bit of Antichrist in your life, man.
You don't think he wouldn't get results more than Potter?
Paul, I do not want Diogo Simeone at Stamford Bridge.
But getting more results than Potter right now doesn't say much.
He would. Okay, Alhambra again. João Felix on Portuguese TV. The position I play in and the way we play at Chelsea is different from how you played at Atleti. I have more freedom to run my football into practice. I saw this, bro.
No, this is great. This is great. João Felix, show up.
So now he has to perform.
Show up on the field. He talks too much. This is what he's the most defended player, bro. This guy talks too much.
Let me get this Smith Sporting real quick. Felix, as it again, scored all of Chelsea's goals in February, which I think is amazing for one guy to score all of Chelsea. Hold up. So to score all of the 5-6 goals that Chelsea scored in February, I think is amazing for Felix. And my thing though is, Alhambra, I pray that we can secure this guy. Atletico don't need it, because if Chelsea right now should be working on getting Mans to Liverpool and securing Felix at Chelsea, because bro, 100% like bro, everyone. The best football brain in the Premier League is Felix. Not the best player, the best football brain.
I love this.
Stop it, man.
I'm not supporting. I hope Zeman. You know what, Zeman? I hope they pay 100 million for him, and then next season it's gonna be fun.
Marcos Cyclic rather. Simeone to Chelsea would be disastrous. When Felix writes his autobiography, it would be hilarious. Chapter 1, my nightmare. Chapter 2, escaping my nightmare. yeah.
Okay, one thing. Chelsea is bigger than Felix, right? And I rate Felix, but Chelsea is bigger than Felix, right? I'm just asking.
Yeah.
We might not even buy Felix.
Legally speaking, no, but yeah.
Oh my gosh, man.
Wait, hold on. What's Jackson? Porro took Ausgel, Barbosa took Rafaela from. Okay.
No wonder they're so close to each other.
Minnesota. Graham Potter looks more like Ron Weasley than Potter himself. He does actually. He doesn't look like Ron. Like it's a taller version of Ron. Ambra, not going to Spurs tomorrow. Majority of away fans treating this as a drinking session. Bad loss plus drunk Chelsea from equals very dangerous mix. Need a dub. Bro, look, my thing is, bro, if I am going, I think this is the kind of game that Chelsea win, or you know what, it could just be a board draw. It could either be a board draw, or this is the kind of game that they win and they then go and lose to Bournemouth or somewhere next week.
No, next game is Leeds.
If you let Saul and Skip dominate your midfield, you deserve relegation.
Why not? Let's get Laxon. The beanie and black shades kills me every time. This guy, half hope the goat, looks like something between a guy who just escaped Azkaban or someone spelled. Like you bomb ass loser. Just criticize. No. But okay, why do people do this?
Bro, they do
people
this.
are too emotional.
It's havoc. It's Chelsea's heritage.
Chelsea's their life.
Chelsea's
their life.
Kenny, I don't
Chelsea
care.
DNA.
What? Come on, man.
Have it's a Chelsea.
Obviously, it's not just Chelsea though. It's proper Chelsea, but every team.
It's an ultra. It's a crazy ultra fan.
No. Every club has these crazy fans that they take teams to our heart.
Okay, Joe, make a point. Joe, make a point because I need to sleep.
Can I go after?
The problem I have with all of you making predictions and talking like you are God is that none of you know what the hell you're talking about. You're clueless.
And here he now comes with his trash.
No. I'm included in this. We're all clueless. The amount of rubbish we spout and end up being proven wrong. But the way I'm different from you guys is I learn from my past mistakes. We all sat here and lied and said that Arteta will never amount to anything. And before you come at me and say, don't compare the two scenarios, but you didn't say any of this then.
Exactly.
You didn't say any of this then.
Was Arteta given 700 mil?
You said that
was 700 mil spent with Arteta.
None of you said
was 700 mil spent for Arteta.
That makes Potter's job all the more difficult.
Exactly. Yes.
He should be given more time.
Because no, Potter didn't want any of those players. That's the issue.
You know why Chelsea will never succeed? No, not that they won't win the odd CL here or win the. In fact, I don't think Premier League. Forget about that. Kiss that goodbye. You're a cup team. But the reason you will never sustain success is because Potter is coming. He has the players that Lampard spent 250 million on in a summer on. He has the players that Tuchel spent 250 million on. He now has a bunch of players 700 million worth in this squad. And somewhere in between, what's this guy? Aspilicueta was also at the club just recently. Your team is rotten. The very idea that a 38-year-old defender's wife, not even defender, his wife is liking tweets online and having a say in fan decisions, and your owner is online in Twitter Spaces. That is not the way you run a football club. And the reason why I want Potter to have time is we will never know what will amount of Potter if we don't give him time. Go and ask Arsenal fans right now.
I don't want to. I don't want that. No. That's why. No, Jay. I'm going to stop you, Jay. Why should Chelsea be the? Why should Chelsea be the experiment? Why should Chelsea be the guinea pig?
You complain. The amount of complaining Chelsea has done in the past 5 years, man.
I just asked you a question. Why should Chelsea be the guinea pig of, let's see whether Potter can be a great manager?
Habo, can I just expand on this point?
The complicated Chelsea show just 3 years ago. And after that, we had a whole other depression in Tuchel. Yeah. And now we're having it again. At what point do you cut off your arm to save your body? And just accept that for 2 years will be average, and then we'll look like a normal, decent club. Arsenal were rotten.
You don't know that, AJ. You said
I don't care, man.
Paul, he's talking.
No, but can I expand on Dr. Joe's point though?
Mm-hmm. No, but you see,
assume you sack Potter. Assume you sack Potter and you get a new guy. Now that new guy has 750 million of players on 7 to 8 years contract. How many players do you think he will want? And you have given them 7 to 8 years contract, Habo. Don't forget. It won't be easy to get them out. And you are giving them insane wages also.
Casey, that is why. Do you know who you bring in? Because Casey, here's the thing. I don't think you remember Ranieri's season with Abramovich. Damien Duff, Mutsu, Crespo, a whole bunch of guys came into that first season. That's the first crazy season. And it was hard. It wasn't 2 wins in 15. Do you know why? As hard as it was for Ranieri, having to deal with 6-7 new players all coming at one time, he could draw upon his experience to, let me just try to get some results now, because money has been spent. I can't get them. I can't have supreme amazing chemistry. But one thing that I can't do is have 2 wins in 15. Casey, 2 wins in 15, it's indefensible. There's nothing anyone can say.
It is defensive.
But you see, Ranieri had the team last year as well, so it's not the same context.
Yeah, he hasn't even had a preseason. That's the sick thing.
Exactly.
Here's the point.
Like how?
Why do you think? Wait. Why do you think you can reset?
Okay, so Casey,
do you
without a
think-
preseason, you can't beat Southampton at home.
No, but
Who just sacked their manager in the
That's another
previous
one.
game?
Oh my god. Because when you when you are have when you have players from like 4 or 5 managers, it takes a lot of time to get the team correct. I'm sorry, but it takes time.
See, that's every manager at every club. Any manager that
Yes, but Chelsea. But the Chelsea is the worst example because they have players from like 4 or 5 managers. That's the issue with them.
We changed. And
Kenny, before I come to you, so Casey, you're saying that because of the situation the Potter is in, 2 wins in 15 makes sense.
It doesn't make sense. Of course, he should be doing better, but it doesn't mean that you should sack him though.
Arteta
was acting like all you need to
Arteta didn't have a quality.
Hold on. So sorry, Kenny.
The thing is, everyone said Arteta hasn't won like Premier League and stuff, so we don't even know if he's going to bring back Arsenal to where they want to be. But the thing is that I see both sides because people that are saying sack Potter, I can get the other people that are against it because it's like we go again. It's the same thing that has been going on for the past 5 years. When Abramovich was here, when he was struggling, wasn't winning no Premier League, he was struggling to qualify for Champions League, he was in Europa League and all that stuff. And people that say they want to sack him, that they want to keep him, you're not sure if he's going to actually be the guy that can get you to the trophy. So I can see both sides. Like we don't know. Sacking him might be a mistake,
Kenny, I'm just not willing to take that risk. Okay, wait. I said no. I said Mike. Talk to me, Mike.
I don't know why we're giving so much time to this club when there's other great games tomorrow. We have Le Classique, we have Bayern versus Union, we have the League Cup final, and we're talking about Chelsea.
Mike,
who
it's
have
called therapy.
Mike, I understand it's
Mike,
therapy.
I'm using you guys for my therapy. I'm selfish.
If you want the ultimate therapy, just bring back the Chelsea commentary show, please.
Okay, Mike, here's the thing. That wasn't therapy. That was hell.
So it was therapy to us. It was wonderful TV to watch.
No, Mike, I know. For you, not for me.
It was wonderful content.
I didn't find it entertaining. That was just for, let's just get through this stuff. So that piece of crap ain't never coming back, bro.
Okay, let's get into...
Okay, Mike, what do we do in this situation? Mike, what do we do?
What do you do? To be honest, I don't know. I'm 50-50 on this. Because I told you, I've been many weeks to say, be patient. But this is, at the end of the day, football is a results business. Yes. And if you ain't getting results, and 2 wins in 15 for any club, whether it's Elche, Cadiz, Cremonense, Monza, Union Berlin, Hoffenheim, Chelsea, 2 wins in 14?
Exactly.
How he has not been sacked yet is beyond me, and I can understand everybody's point of view and saying, give him patience. Oh, these are not his players and this sort of stuff. These players are better than what Fulham players. They're better than Southampton players. They're better than any bottom 10 team in the Premier League. He has to get results. If he loses, let's say in a crazy thing that Spurs beat Chelsea 3-0 tomorrow, the pressure that they're going to feel from the Chelsea fans, and what is Todd Bowley going to do? Z-Man knows. The Dodgers, they're ruthless with their managers. Yeah, they're ruthless. So if he keeps on losing like this, also, if he loses 3-0 and then they lose to Dortmund, it's going to get real bad.
Mike,
to add on to that, this whole idea that Todd B is like other managers, he'll give them time. You have to think of the way like he works. I'm telling you, bro, Dodgers, they don't got time. They get rid of you immediately. This isn't like this isn't like a PE teacher coaching a bunch of kids, getting them together. This is results. That's what people don't like. I used to defend him, but at the end of the day, it's about what you can deliver and the way he's interacting. The way he's handling the pressure, the way he's handling the situation, just tells me he's not going to turn it around. Like, it is what it is. Like, this is results based.
Look, last thing before we get out of here, man. Last thing. This is just going to be real quick, guys. And I just want to just give me a score and as I go around. It's Bayern against Union Berlin, and I dare Union Berlin to win this league because if they do, I'm going to jail Nagelsmann. I'm going to say an exciting 3-2 to Bayern. Paul, give me a score. Bayern against Union Berlin, top of the table clash. Dortmund are currently top, but obviously they've played a game more.
2-2 draw.
Ooh. Mike, what are you saying?
I dare Bayern lose at home to Union Berlin. If they do, I think we might have a new Bundesliga winner. 3-1 Bayern.
Z-Man, what are you saying? Talk to me as well. Chris, talk to me as well. What are you saying?
Yeah, I believe in teachers' union, so I'm gonna say
no, we're not doing that. No, we're not.
The teachers' union is gonna get the
Z-Man,
dub.
look at how well they're doing. We're not doing that.
No. That's respect to them, though. They're fighting for all unions, so shout out to them. So I could definitely see them getting the dub, bro. 1-0, bro. Bayern is still gonna somehow win the league. So.
Doctor, what? So you say Union Berlin win?
Yeah, they're gonna win, but Bayern's still gonna win the league, bro. I just feel like they're just gonna as soon as they crash out of the Champions League, I feel like they're just gonna be all in, and they're not gonna be able to handle them.
Dr. J, score.
4-2 Bayern.
Oof. I'm gonna leave Hokage to last, man. Casey, give me a score.
2-1 Union Berlin. They are the only team that know how to handle Bayern, other than Gladbach.
Oh wow. Kenny, score.
5-1 Bayern.
Eesh, not happening, bro. Jibril,
They're gonna
score.
Can I predict both games, Spurs and Chelsea, too?
Hold up. All right. Okay, go for it. Okay, it predicts both.
Okay, Union Berlin and Bayern. Union Berlin is the most, I don't know, they have black magic. Every goal they concede is offside. They get every pen. So I'm going to say one.
Isn't it white magic they have? I thought it was white magic they have.
Everything, every type of magic.
Okay.
So I'm going to say 2-1 Union Berlin. And I say it's going to be a 1-0 Chelsea.
LGBTQ magic, are you saying?
What is it?
All color magic?
No. Oh, yeah. All lives magic, man. What's it called? Oh, no. What's it called? Rainbow magic. Rainbow magic. Okay, so what's it called? AK. Score. Union Berlin against Bayern.
2-1 Bayern. Also, PSG will lose their league title tomorrow.
Easy.
That's not gonna happen. You know, that's not gonna happen.
That's gonna be a disgusting conversation.
That's not gonna happen.
AK.
No, it's not gonna happen.
You guys better beat PSG tomorrow.
They are not beating.
Whoa.
I trust
what,
you.
Is he in Marseille or is he in Paris?
No, he's a Marseille
He's in
fan.
Marseille.
He's a Marseille fan. Okay, Case. Okay, Hokage, take us out. What happens, man? And Hokage, before you go, Hokage, don't you dare lose it. See, losing this to Dortmund, I'll still clown you. Don't you dare lose it to Western Union, bro. Don't you dare. But what happens in the game?
These guys won't lose. If you asked me 2 weeks ago, oh well, who will win the league? I'm like, of course Bayern. Of course we're gonna win the league. These guys, 3 goals against Ajax, and Ajax on form in the Europa League, bro. These guys are in great form with Dortmund, dude. I don't know. I mean, I want to be Bayern and be. You know what? I think we're gonna have a big game. I think we'll win 3-0. I think. No, actually, no, 3-1. They'll score a goal because we're missing 2 of our best center backs. So it's going to be De Ligt and Pavard at center back. So I'm sure we'll concede a goal. So
all right, guys, please keep me in your prayers and your thoughts as I play as Chelsea Spurs. I'll be on Twitch. Lord in heaven, save me. And Chelsea Spurs post match, and I'll see you on the Sunday Hangout. Peace.
Bye.